Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes!
We're down to the final two, ladies and gentlemen. Indiana Pacers, OKC Thunder. On today's episode, we are previewing that finals. We had to talk about what is next for the New York Knicks. The Orlando Magic just brought back Pinstripes full-time like 3 minutes ago. I can't wait to talk about it. And so much more. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. There's no better place to be for NBA talk. While a lot of people are done after the NBA Finals, we continue our show through the offseason. It gets kind of unhinged once we get past the draft. But this is the place to be. How we feeling today, boys?
I'm feeling pretty good, Mike. You look like you're going to be hot today.
It is like an 85, 86 day.
You're going to be hot. By the time when we leave, you're going to be sweating walking to your car.
I mean, I could take my sweater off.
Yeah, please do.
No, they also got the AC running, so I'm cool in here.
No, in studio, we fine. We did have a little period where it's like, was the heat still on like a couple weeks back, but I think they switched it over, so we cool. The only downside to the studio, I always say it, still no sunlight. We can't get sunlight back here. So you never really know what time it is unless you check your watch.
Yeah, it's nice when we leave linear shows and the sun's still out, though.
I mean, common sense will tell you what time.
Well, sometimes we in here from 5 p.m. to 10 o'clock, and then you get lost with the time.
Well, we shouldn't be doing that. I think that's what the issue is.
We got work to do.
We should just come, instead of coming in at 5, you just come in at 9.
Work smarter, not harder.
Bingo. I do enjoy watching some of the games with y'all, though. So
yeah, I think that's better than shooting the actual episode.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems a little fun, too, because I always be seeing, they'll show, like, post shots of, like, say, the Thunder are playing. They'll show their post people just watching the game together, and you see them reacting and all that, and that's just how I feel we do. So,
yeah, I also feel like we be playing games. So I seen the video of Ernie counting down the thing, like saying the final goodbye, and I'm like, one day it's gonna be us, and before you know it, it's gonna blink, and then you're gonna look back like, man, we should have did this more, we should have did that, and we had that conversation every season. But then I was watching. And I put on Twitter like, dang, it's crazy that one day me and my guys gonna have to have a last episode. And everybody was like, man, why are you saying that? Don't put that in the air. I was just thinking out loud, you know what I'm saying? But then everybody in the comments was like, yeah, that's why you gotta appreciate it while it's there. You gotta take it for the advantage.
Their last episode is like our last episode of Through the Wire. Like, it's not the end of it. It's just moving.
For sure,
yeah,
but
that's essentially what they're doing.
Nah, it's a different feel. You could tell Ernie was emotional.
Oh,
they're
it
not,
should be.
they're not.
Well,
it looks like
28.
they could have
like they 30 years in.
everything they were doing with Turner, like they could still do with ESPN. They said even TNT is still having like the editorial rights over what they're doing, so they want them to keep the exact same show.
I think they're shooting it in Studio J still.
But it was
I think the
it went
production
on for
team
how
was the same.
long?
30 years.
Yeah. That's 30 years. We was with Through the Wire was like 5 years over there.
Yeah,
30 years. How old is Ernie?
At least 31.
Yeah.
At least.
So, it's a lot different. But when you talk about being somewhere and doing something for 30, 40 years.
that's longer than I've been alive.
And also,
Exactly. My point.
He's 68.
68 years old.
He's 68?
Yeah.
Yeah, good looking 68, man. I wouldn't have guessed 68.
This type of job feels like it keeps you young.
yeah.
Keeps you young. Then I even seen Craig Sager's wife post all of
I seen
the
that.
mic holders that he's done to all this. It's like, man.
Do y'all have like memorabilia from that?
Absolutely. I have every single
lanyard? Or
I had a lanyard.
I do too.
every single one.
Yeah.
I don't got them. I wish I did.
If there was anybody on this show that I thought wouldn't have it, it would be you. Every single one I've ever been a part of. Even
every single
like
one.
visitors passes, they got my name on it. I'm
Every
just
single
keeping them all.
It's ironically in a HOH box. But I got the Charlotte
Hey, those
one.
were some nice boxes. They
I
did send us,
I
though.
literally was like cleaning up a little bit. I was throwing out old clothes still, and I was like, and in my drawer, tucked away, was a Charlotte flag that I caught, and I was like, that's
caught a
crazy
Charlotte
that I
flag?
still got this.
I don't know.
It was from one of the T-shirts, not the flag, the parachute.
Oh, I
That's
got
the
you.
flag.
Yes,
Right,
it
I remember
landed.
that.
Yeah.
Didn't the dude ask you to give it to his daughter, or was that something else?
Well, I got 2 shirts that day, so I gave him the other one.
I do want to say for the 3rd episode in a row, Darrick did bring his prop banana.
He pressed you.
I did. I actually didn't. I had to go to the deli to get it.
So my question is, why do you sit it so perfectly on the set when you don't eat it until after we get done?
Just in case my alarm go off. Wow.
Well, what time is your alarm?
It goes off in 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Do you think we about to have a 3-hour show?
You never
When
know.
there's only one game to talk about?
You never know what
You
the
never
show.
know.
I-
We might
I
get
damn
into
do
some
know.
a little some.
I will not be sitting here in
You
2
might
hours
get
and
into
50
a little
minutes.
some. You never know.
Okay.
Do you
Well,
think he
y'all
bring-
draft the episode if y'all want it to be 3 hours
Do you think
long.
he bring the banana because he see you with a banana?
Maybe. I mean, I am a trendsetter around here.
He is a copier, like that machine.
Do you bring a banana because he had a banana?
No, I thought it was a nice fibrous fruit that keeps it like breaks the hunger a little bit. It breaks the hunger.
Just enough, right? Just
Yeah.
enough
So
to
you
get you
just
through that.
realized that.
I really wasn't a banana guy. I was more of an apple guy. Now
I've
I'm
heard
both.
different things about that for you.
Was that like an inside joke?
He don't like apple bottoms. He like bananas.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some NBA talk with Drop the Mic.
A new generation of Toyota drivers are here, and they want you to know one thing. You can't stop my drive. Toyota, let's go places.
Today's Drop the Mic presented by Toyota. How many of the young guys, not Devin Booker, the Jokic's, but how many of the young guys can you see as a four-lifer?
This is what I will say. Obviously, it's not in a literal sense, but Shea is a Thunder player, right? He's been on 2 teams. He spent 1 season with the Clippers. So I remember seeing a graphic that was like homegrown championships, and it was like Jokic, it was Curry's, it was so on and so forth. And Shea doesn't fit that because he spent 1 year on a team that traded him away. So it does feel weird that he's been on the second team, but I'm going to count him.
It's his third team. Play for the Hornets.
No, he didn't play for the Hornets.
Got drafted by the Hornets, traded to the Clippers. Dude's been traded multiple times in his career. Look at this story.
Scotty Barnes seems like he might be a for lifer.
Sure, he might not make it through this offseason based
Like
on
go
these
to the
rumors.
Bucks.
Oh yeah, that is actually very true. Yeah, y'all are right.
It's impossible to know. Let's be
Yeah.
real. I mean,
Tyrese Maxey. I'll give you that.
I can't even say I feel confident
I
about
don't
that.
feel confident about.
I was
Maxey.
going to ask in a similar way.
If you don't feel, so this is what I'll say.
Yeah.
If we don't feel confident about somebody like Maxey, then I agree with KB. We cannot answer this question.
it's easy to say like Paolo Banchero, but we don't know what the hell Paolo
Yeah.
gonna be doing at 30.
I mean, any answer you give,
I
you're just
think
gonna be
the-
able to say I don't know.
Vic probably
Vic
is like
probably
the-
is, I think, would
the
be the
number
most
one.
standout answer. Cade would seem like it too. I think my further point, I was initially going to ask, can four lifers, I guess, become extinct at this point with so much turnover and stuff like that? But I feel like it's at least 1 to 2 every generation.
Isaiah
Yeah.
Stewart might be a for lifer. He just seems like a Detroit guy.
like Kenrich Williams.
Yeah. But
No.
I genuinely do feel like Isaiah Stewart just feels like he embodies the Detroit culture. Like that, it just feels like he is Detroit.
Hey, I promise you, if so-and-so became available and they
Yeah.
asked for Isaiah Stewart, they are
Same.
not saying no.
Same.
If Devin Booker was available right now and they
Yeah,
were like,
well,
we need
yeah.
Isaiah Stewart, they were like, they're not saying no to that.
True. I can see that.
As much as they love him. So that's why, yeah, it is really tough. I mean, we have a lot less four lifers now compared to 20 years ago.
How many for lifers did we have 20 years ago though?
Coby.
Nick Collison,
Timmy.
Reggie Miller.
Dirk, Reggie, you said Cole, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And those aren't the same generation. I don't think you classify Reggie Miller. And
Not true.
Dirk.
Yeah, they're probably closer to
Yeah.
30 to
So-
35 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was a bunch always, because
It's always been rare, but it just seems like
The
player
bulk.
movement is a
the
little bit
prime
more.
stayed somewhere, but then like Hakeem went to the Raptors. That's
yeah,
how
that's
it
the
was back
first thing that came to
then.
mind,
Yeah.
bro.
It's like you had the so close to homegrown, but those last 2 years, Pat Ewing goes to Orlando and Seattle.
If you Google NBA four lifers, 3 TikToks from us come up. 4 TikToks from us. Have we done this topic 4 times?
Apparently. You know
What
them
the hell?
TikToks be going just in and out.
And they go viral, so we like, let's
Even
run
a
it
guy
back.
like
Let's run it back.
Vic, I mean, no franchise would want to quote unquote trade him, but
Mm-hmm.
you've seen the LeBrons leave. Like the generational talents, they have a say in what their future looks like. You know what I'm saying? So it's not always about the organization. Sometimes a dude could just want to leave, or a relationship could get torn, or players want to be involved with certain decisions, and certain franchises are against that, rightfully so. And it takes one thing to make a relationship go.
This list is actually a lot longer. Well, some of these dudes, the Syracuse Nationals. Shout out to Dolph Shays, but he played 15 years with the Syracuse Nationals. But you got, of course, Dirk, Coby, Udonis Haslem, who we didn't mention,
Oh, yeah.
Tim, John Stockton, Reggie Miller, Manu, John Havlicek, Steph Curry, Dolph Shays, Hal Greer, Nick Collison, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Joe Dumars, David Robinson, Bill Russell, Satch Sanders. Y'all remember Satch Sanders, right? Left-handed
Yeah.
shooter. For the Boston Celtics through
Fuck no.
60s through 73. I just made that up. Wes Unseld, Calvin Murphy. Oh, Calvin Murphy's a good one. Shout out to him. Now he's doing the broadcast for the team.
He's still with them. He ain't going nowhere.
Draymond Green right now fits as a four-lifer.
Oh, yeah.
Giannis, obviously, but who the hell knows what happens this offseason. So it's a lot of what you're going to realize, a lot of greats. Very rarely do you get the non-greats. At the bottom of this list is Kevon Looney, though, who's
Probably wouldn't.
He probably gonna be a for lifer.
and Miles Turner, who's in the
I
finals.
don't know. I think Miles Turner is a full lifer. I think the Kevon Looney's, Isaiah Stewart's, I think those guys can be moved.
Tom Boerwinkle, may he rest in peace, played his whole career with the Bulls.
I think Kevon Looney is going into free agency this year, potentially, actually. So, because Kevon Looney is only, my age? I think we're the same age.
Kevon Looney's 29. He's
he
younger than
seemed
you.
like-
He's 29. So
seemed-
for lifer, I mean, he have another 8 years with the Warriors. You see that? I don't.
Does he play well enough to think that he got 8 more years in the tank?
Yeah, he's a championship. I can see him being on people's rosters.
On some UDON stuff with the Warriors? I don't know.
He,
Tom Boerwinkle, by the way, he's from
Yeah, he's an unrestricted free agent.
Independence, Ohio. He passed away in 2013 in Willowbrook.
In Willowbrook.
Yeah. He had a home here in Willowbrook, and he passed away.
That's the year I graduated high school.
Oh, self.
You was not that much longer after.
That was 2015.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But yeah, for lifers, I don't know. Hopefully we do, though. Hopefully Anthony Edwards wants to stay in Minnesota. Hopefully a K wants to stay in Detroit. Hopefully
I think it's that last part that you hit on, though. It's just like, especially with, I guess, stars having the longer careers. Once you hit the 10, 15 mark, it just seems like it's so hard that you had the team and organization has been so perfect that you've just been cool for that 15 years.
Tatum is the name we didn't
Once
mention.
you hit 10, though,
Yeah.
like when you hit the Devin Booker area, I think you just might as well just chill.
Yeah.
Unless you're a top 5 player who needs this championship, who just needs. But a lot of cases, these guys don't be in that much of a need. Like,
Do you think
Yeah.
Devin Booker cares about like his lasting legacy enough? You know what I mean?
what
Like
you
I
mean?
feel like part of the reason why everybody wants to win in sports, obviously, but like part of the reason why a Bron will switch teams or so and so will switch teams, they want to win a championship for their legacy. Devin Booker got a conference. I mean, he's got an NBA Finals appearance on one there. Does he care enough about his legacy to potentially win one, or would he rather just chill and be?
I think you can also
the best Sun player
I think you can have a
since-
little bit of both. Obviously, you can't have the legacy to be the all-time greats because that's when you really got to start looking at rings. But he has a legacy in Phoenix. He's
That's my
still
answer
building
right
it
there.
right now as we speak.
Yeah.
So I think you can focus on that more than like I'm trying to be the all-time great. I'm just trying to be the best I can be.
We see a great example with that with the Pacers being in the finals because Reggie Miller is a legend, but he's even more of a legend because he's the Pacers legend. So I think there's value in that. Reggie Miller ain't got 5, 6 rings. Reggie Miller don't have 1 ring. But what he did for Indiana when they were in conversations of getting championships, when they were at their peak before, obviously now, the last times you referenced the best Pacers teams, Reggie Miller will be a part of them. And so that will happen with Devin Booker. If Devin Booker is there for the remainder of his career, when he is done, then they talk about the best Suns teams, they're going to talk about the team that he was, quote unquote, the face of. So I think there's more value in that for him than for these other guys that try to go and chase it. Like, I never understand that. If you're not going to be a guy that's in that conversation, why disrupt your career to go chase something when it won't change anything of how we view you? Like,
That's a really good point, honestly.
you know what I mean? There are some guys where I get it. You know what I mean? I trust me, I get it. But that's even my point with Giannis. Like, unless Giannis really wants something different for himself, I hope he don't feel no pressure of like this legacy thing because he did something that nobody in our generation has ever been able to do, which is make the Bucks relevant.
Yeah.
So that alone gets him a statue in Milwaukee. He's already an all-time great. He's got accolades. Unless he just wants to leave for himself, I hope he don't allow media and legacy talks to make him feel like, man, I need to go somewhere where I can stay winning so I can get my 3rd ring. I can go get a 3rd one. I want a 2nd and a 3rd. I need number 2 and 3. Don't do that because then you'll be somewhere and it'll just be all goofy looking and then you go somewhere and it don't work out. Now you got to go to a 3rd and 4th team and that's when the shit get murky.
And it also is just shifting. I know we talk about this quite a bit on the show. That like the ring culture thing, I think we're slowly seeing a decline either way. So having a championship might be the same as having 2 to 3 in previous eras, just because it seems like because of maybe the second apron or so and so, winning one championship might be the
I
ceiling
thought
for a lot
about
of
that.
teams.
Yeah. I thought
Giannis
about
won
that type of
championship is 3 to
conversation,
me
too.
because it's in Milwaukee. If Tyrese Haliburton won a championship this year with the Pacers, it would be equivalent to 3 for me because it's the Pacers. Shea and OKC, that's like 2.
And they might get 4 then. Maybe
You
they
feel
get
me?
6.
Because it's like it's different winning in these places. Like we don't like these are 2 teams that won't be tax-paying teams in the finals.
for the first time ever.
It's crazy. So
Yeah,
to me, it's value in it.
I was thinking about the same conversation too, KB, with just I don't even want to say rings take a less of a hit, but you kind of look at rings a less different if somebody doesn't have one. But I was gonna say, what's the gap between that 1 and that 2? Because the 1 we're talking about, like, yes, it kind of boosts you, especially I guess it kind of goes to how you got that ring. But 2, it feels like if you can get that 2, you're definitely one of them ones at this
Depends
point.
on who you are.
I think it changes, right? So, like, hypothetically, if Jokic gets a second ring,
Yeah.
he's in conversation for the best center of all time with that second ring, considering the eras. Think about his peak and everything. But with 1, he's still in the top conversations, but he's not. We're not talking about him number 1 over a Hakeem or whoever you have number 1.
Yeah, I really think it depends on who you are and what you drove to get those. Yeah, like a Jokic, Giannis, it's a different conversation thing. But again, if Devin Booker switched teams and won the championship, is he all of a sudden the top 15 player of all time for you?
No, I think
Then
it's more
just
so
like-
for the players I think we're looking at, I guess, now. So say Shea wins this one and then he goes back to back. That second ring is probably going to boost him up a lot more than this first one.
Oh, absolutely. Just like the third would boost him up bigger than the second.
Yeah.
I also think where you land when you have the ring matters too. If you are the best in the world and you get multiple rings while being the best
You
in
just
the world,
running the game.
that's different than being, no disrespect to this guy because he's still an all-time legend, but like Wade being a number 2 versus his first one, he's like, I'm the guy. And I mean, it just adds to his legacy. But if every single one of his rings, he was 1A shooting guard in basketball, then that just holds a different weight versus not being that.
Yeah, when you carry a team to a championship, it's a whole lot different than just like being a co-star. Even though being a co-star is still very important.
Still a lot of value in it.
Yeah, even like role players, like even role players who have a lot of rings. Like KCP is still like, he's a champion. You can't take that away from him. And he played very key, intricate parts to all of those championship teams.
Shout out to Robert Horry.
Shout out to
Robert
Alex
Horry.
Caruso, who's on the way to maybe getting his second one as like a real crucial bench player for 2 championship
And
teams.
then that does nothing but extend your career. Teams will now be like, oh, he's a championship caliber player. We want him in our locker room. Shit, we might just want to bring him in just to bring him in.
Just
He might not
cause,
even
right?
be in a rotation. We just want him in the locker room.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
it's good conversations.
better have him in your rotation. Better have him in that
Zach
rotation.
Levine talked about him recently on Part of My Take.
I had to be all positive, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He was basically talking about how he's the best defender he's ever seen.
So it's a lot of reminiscing going on in Bulls time because I saw DeMar DeRozan talking to Theo Pinson about Lonzo Ball.
A lot of podcast talking for former Bulls, huh? Everybody at home except for Caruso.
Hey, we in sync today? You finishing my sentences?
Sorry.
Sorry.
you talk.
Sorry, I'll never do it
No,
again.
I think that's the first time ever. My boy was finishing my. I said Theo. He said Pinson talking to DeMar about Lonzo Ball. Like, boy, let me
Darrick, can you
know.
finish this?
Yeah.
I think it's crazy. We finish each other's.
I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
your daughter not locked in enough.
I would
Do
guess.
you know what I'm talking about, Chris?
I would guess sentences.
Sandwiches.
Oh, sandwiches.
Oh.
That's Frozen.
Oh.
She's not the singing age yet.
No.
Frozen.
My
well,
da-
she
my
sings-
daughter
she tries to
sing-
sing Moana.
Okay, so she almost there. So she
Yeah, we
almost
just
there.
don't watch Frozen.
Frozen
Not
was
yet.
Frozen was a peak kid thing.
Mhm.
It is.
I already went through that phase. My little sister Joy went through that phase. They got some good songs, and that shit used to be
Hey.
stuck in my head.
Yes.
I'm sweeping, singing that shit like, oh, damn.
Just know you will be doing a duet with your daughter at some point with that song.
I'm
Because
ready.
it's Christoph and Anna. So you can play the boy part. She play the
Okay.
girl part. That's what me and my daughter do all the time.
Hey.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the kids.
You're a
Let
great,
it
you're a
snow.
great dad, KG.
Let it snow. and it
I ain't never watched it. I thought it was Let It Go.
Oh, you're right. Let it go. I'm talking about Let It Snow. Let It Snow is a real song.
Let It Snow is, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the Christmas.
That's the real Christmas song.
Tripping, tripping. Yeah, you're
All right.
right. So
Let's,
your sister watched it.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was a big Frozen.
See, yeah.
I mean, it broke records.
Yeah, it really did.
It broke
though.
records,
It really
man. That
did.
shit went triple platinum. Let's talk about the end of the season for the New York Knicks. Between last episode and this episode, we did see the Indiana Pacers close it out in 6. How did y'all feel about that game?
I feel like the Knicks kind of just like they kind of do stupid stuff regularly in a game, and it's kind of like, how do you make it to the conference finals with these many lapses? I just don't know how many times throughout a series you're gonna let Siakam just beat you down the court and just get an open layup, or either he's 1-on-1 against Jalen Brunson. I feel like it just happens too many times, and those type of things just isn't championship material. I just feel like Cat dropping in the pick and roll after Tyrese Haliburton in that fourth quarter hit through 2 floaters. He comes and do it again, and Cat is still in drop, and he's still just getting open floaters. It's just like there's just certain mental things within the game that you look at the Knicks and you be like, how many times are y'all gonna do the same thing? And it's like, I don't know, man. I feel like they really beat themselves.
I feel you. That's probably why it was an extremely frustrating series. On one hand, you root for your team, whatever, but on another hand, I was glad that this shit was over because, to your point, you root for the team because you like them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and I said it in the video when the Pacers won, it was so conflicting because I want the Knicks to win because it's my team and I'm rooting for them. But then at the same time, I'm watching this as a basketball fan too, and I'm like, you can't root for it. Like you can't want this to win because this isn't good basketball. So it's like disappointed that they lost the series because you had an opportunity to go to the finals. But I'm also glad that the better team is going because we would have got on that stage and the Thunder would have really popped our ass and made us really look even worse than what we presented in the Pacers. But I think I agree with everything you said. The Pacers deserve to win. The Knicks allowed them to win. The Pacers are good. I respect them. I give them credit. But at the same time, I keep telling myself it's extremely frustrating because I don't think that the Pacers were a world difference, like better team than the Knicks. They really did a lot of dumb shit on a consistent basis. And it sucks because you were that close. You know what I mean? Even in your worst, even in the worst series you had, this went 6 games, and you gave yourself a chance to do something there after losing 2 games at home. I mean, all playoffs long, we were super not that good at home in Madison Square Garden, and it negated the fact that we were such a good road team. Karl Anthony Towns is not crashing for offensive rebounds. He's at the top of the 3-point line, but at the same time, he's getting beat by Pascal Siakam. Miles McBride just, I don't even know. Josh Hart, confidence taken away. It was a lot. It was a lot.
And it also felt like Mitchell Robinson's impact dropped game by game. Like it felt like it started high, then they started him, and then it was like all the vibes are good. But then it just seemed like it just slowly decreased.
Started the third quarter in Game 6. He looked amazing for like a 2 to 2 minute
I was
stretch.
gonna say I felt that his impact was there, but it's like what he does, it can't single-handedly carry a game.
Yeah. I felt like the spurts that he was getting in the beginning of the series, it felt like it was like really strong and impactful. Like, oh, his presence is being
I think
felt.
it was probably because it was such a difference between how him and Cat played, like the drop coverage. Like even in the fourth quarter, that Game 6 would have allowed the Pacers to kind of escape that, and you can kind of blame a little bit on, I guess, Cat's knee, but they were picking him apart in that pick and roll.
Yeah.
And it's just like a lot of the times.
Even
the
with,
Knicks could not afford to get any type of stops.
Even with the Mitchell Robinson thing, I think the Pacers still lost like the second chance battle by 2 points.
Yeah.
So like his impact was there, but they gave all of the shit right back up, so
Yeah.
it didn't really matter. And then that's how you get to the point where he don't really play in the fourth quarter because it is impactful. But if we just gonna give it back up anyway, then why even do it? We rather overtax on offense and hope that Karl Anthony Towns could drop another 20-point fourth quarter like he did.
Which is unfortunate because a lot of that didn't even have shit to do with him.
Mm-hmm.
Our guards didn't box out.
Yeah.
A lot of times, Karl Anthony Towns watching the play happen. But yeah, it was good, man.
It's still a good season. Like I think we said this on the Linear Show that like based on the conversation around the Knicks right now, you would think that they got eliminated in the first round to an 8 seed or something.
Yeah.
They made it to the conference finals for the first time in 25 years. I mean, this is the first time that this team has played together after adding Mikal Bridges, adding Karl Anthony Towns. So just in general, this is a successful season, even if you do still have to ask those questions of what's next for Tom Thibodeau, what's next for Karl Anthony Towns, getting this team get over the hump. Just overall, when we look back on when we previewed the season, we put everybody in tiers, right?
Yeah.
The Boston Celtics are the best team in basketball. That is the team to beat in the Eastern Conference. But right after that, you did have going into the season. We thought Philadelphia was going to be pretty good. We thought the Knicks were going to be good. We respected the Cavs, but nobody expected them to be a 60-win team. And those other teams that were above them or in the same tier, they all didn't make it to the conference finals. The Knicks were the team that made it. So, like, we have to appreciate that for what it's worth. And then, yeah, you do have questions about what happens next.
Yeah, I mean, what's next? I think they kind of just run it back. I mean, maybe they do tweak the bench a little bit, add some more depth. But other than that, I think we're going to still see all the core guys in Thibodeau there. I don't really see any drastic changes happening.
I don't know. I can't speak to it. Could go either way. I would not be surprised if it was a drastic move. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think this playoffs at least pointed out a lot of the flaws, and you already mentioned it, like Josh Hart shooting, I think, could be a problem in the playoffs, and just like maybe even if his confidence. I think he's fine that way, but he did look a little rattled sometimes in the playoffs. Obviously, the Cat situations. You're going to need another playmaker alongside Brunson. I think they showed the flaws. Y'all are going to have to make moves, I think.
You have to figure out how much you're going to pay for Mikal Bridges, too.
Mm-hmm.
He's going into the last year of his deal. I mean, some of the stuff I've heard is like Mikal wants the money, as he should. Like, just don't expect him to be like, I'm going to do what Jalen Brunson did. Jalen Brunson's kind of like a one-on-one in this world.
Bring
to do
me
something
changes
like that.
there. Nothing Mikal Bridges did in the playoffs make me feel like he worth any of that high money shit.
Yeah, I think, what is it, like 5 years? What is he eligible for? 5
Please
years,
let me know, 'cause I'll tell
150,
you.
something like that?
5 years, 150? What is that, like $38 million annually?
I'm looking it up right
That's
now.
30.
4 years, 156 is what he's eligible
Oh,
for.
okay. That's around like basically like 35, 36.
Okay.
It's a lot of money, man. Because he declined 2 years, $60 million. So he wants the boom boom.
Yeah, which again, as he should, some security. But he next year he better play his ass off then.
From my understanding, he looked at what OG got and was like, oh, some Paul George shit. I'll just take what he got.
He's gonna have to outplay OG. And in this season, in these playoffs, I don't think he did that. He had moments.
He has one shot. He has one shot that he does.
Who?
Like Mikal Bridges. It's like his signature gets because he don't get to the basket no more. So it's
Yeah,
like,
it's like the
the
fast-
fade away fast.
Which
6
actually
foot
kind
fade.
of pisses me off every time I see him more and more.
He don't get to the free throw line either. But like it's so many ups and downs because just in the last series against Boston, he closed out like 3 games. He had the 10-point fourth quarter. He had the 2 stops in the regulation twice. So like it's give and take. Obviously, when you needed him the most, he had the 2 games against Tyrese where he held Tyrese pretty in check.
So he the avatar. He vanished when you needed him most.
Maybe.
I like Mikal
But a lot of
Bridges.
people did though.
I
So
think
it's like,
Mikal Bridges is really good. I just think for that type of money, his game would have to do a lot of other stuff on a consistent basis.
because
And
he's not the all defensive player that he was 2 years ago.
everything is
top
up
3.
and down.
Yeah.
Everything is too up and down. I think, in theory, we should be up here saying, man, hell yeah, he getting an OG guy. He might get more. In theory, when you think of Mikal Bridges. But a lot of it is up and down. You have certain series where he ain't guarding and they doing whatever they want. In some series, he is guarding, like the Celtics, and he's making the shots. He's a good shot maker when we get second chance opportunities. It's nothing like getting an offensive rebound, throwing it out to Brunson, and he tosses it back to Mikal somehow, and he's wide open shooting the fall away 3, and it's going in, and he's doing all this shit after he makes a 3, whatever the silly ass dance he's doing. But there is a lot of moments where he just disappears,
I
and
feel
then
like we didn't get a lot of Mikal Bridges celebrations in the series.
we have a team that too many guys need the table set for him. We need a motherfucker that can go hunt too.
Yep.
Jalen Brunson he got to go get his own and then try to create for y'all, and he's not that type of creator. And then it's like if that can't happen, y'all. And then I think I saw something where like OG and Mikal wasn't really making these corner threes that well, which is supposed to be the bread and butter. So I don't know.
I want to give a big shout out to Nembhard in that last game. I thought in that last game he did a great job on Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
For someone who it seemed like throughout the series that Jalen Brunson was like dominating him because he had that bigger size on him. But no, Nembhard really shut that down in this game, and he was aggressive. He had his hands active. He was making him take tough shots. It was just like, Neesmith, is your ankle bothering you? I got it, bro. I could really lock in for this one game, and he did that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care that the shot wasn't falling. He ended up making a big one late in that fourth quarter. But man, I did not care that his shot wasn't falling. His impact was felt.
This is stat from Caitlin Cooper at Basketball. She wrote, in games 1 through 5, Andrew Nembhard defended Jalen Brunson for 49 matchups, allowing 51 player points per 100 possessions, which is insane. But in Game 6, Nembhard defended Jalen Brunson for 55 matchups, giving up just 9.1 player points per 100 matchups. So just shut the faucet off.
Yeah.
Just completely shut some shit down.
He was stupidly locked in that game.
I thought the effort that the Pacers gave on the defensive end was just.
Me too.
You could tell they did not want to go back to the Garden for a Game 7.
Yeah.
But even for the whole series, like I think that's what set up a performance like this for Nembhard. Not to take anything away from him, but all series long, y'all drain and tax Brunson from like I remember the first basket that was scored, it was 3 people pressing and 2 were on Brunson. It was Nembhard and Nesmith guarding him, and they did that for the whole series. They did it last year as well.
Nesmith has been
so by the
crazy
time you get to the
defensively,
Game
too.
6,
picking up full court the whole game is insane.
they got the
I
guys
understand.
for it.
Yeah, I know.
Nesmith, Nembhard, McConnell, Ben Shepherd.
I think it was a few
So
games
they never
ago.
retired.
But this is when I think
Benedict Mathurin played full court in the series.
this is the game Aaron Nesmith got hurt and he left out. And Ben Shepherd came in and took a lot of those minutes. And when he was guarding Brunson, Stan Van Gundy had kind of noticed right away. He said, when Brunson comes off that screen and Ben Shepherd is guarding him versus Nesmith, he has all the space in the world. Nesmith was not like playing when it came to those screens.
Yeah.
He was fighting over every time. And like, again, that's just effort. That's just effort in no one's situation and no one not wanting to go home. And
that's
I didn't see that from the Knicks a lot of times.
Yeah, that's where the Knicks lost. They lost this on a lot of effort. There's no reason on a made basket Siakam should be wide open.
Happened 3 times in one game.
It shouldn't happen.
Who was
3
guarding?
seconds to get to the
Cat.
basket.
And then all you did was Brunson all the way back, and it's just 1-on-1. That's pretty much an open layup.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
That is inexcusable to happen in any basketball game, but especially in a win or go home.
Elementary big
Yeah.
man stuff.
Yeah.
Get back and protect the paint. Elementary.
And Siakam's
Made
doing the
miss.
elementary thing too, just running straight to the rim.
He does, you know what he's
That's-
perfect at?
That's him.
He's perfect at recognizing when and when not to leak out.
Yeah.
He does not go until he's for sure knows that his team is getting that
Right,
ball.
so he doesn't leave them empty-handed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it just works out. And obviously he's got one of the best go-ahead passers in the NBA at Reese. And it's like, he was so phenomenal. I guess we could have a conversation about conference finals MVP, yada, yada, yada. But Pascal Siakam just kept the boat afloat through so many portions of this series. Game 2, the 30, every other game, Game 2, Game 4, Game 6, just completely unstoppable.
That's why
he
he was the MVP to me. Everybody gonna make a fuss about it because they feel like it should default go to the best player on the team. But I think the things that Pascal Siakam does, you nowhere near here. You nowhere near here.
Yeah.
You nowhere near in this series. Even with the Game 1 collapse, this is not a Pacers win if Pascal Siakam don't play the way he does in those games. That Game 2 performance that he had, I really feel like is what won them the series. Obviously, the collapse in Game 1 is mind-blowing, but then to double down on it and still Game 2 was even crazier, and I think that was on the back of Pascal Siakam. The half-court offense, when you can't do the quick pass ahead and when you're not running and gunning, he is the most legit option that they have in the half-court offense. And I think the mismatch weapon that he is, it puts so much pressure on a Knicks defense that ain't as great as some of the others or as great as the Thunder defense they're about to see, that it just makes everything run around. And now you got Nesmith corner 3 open. You got Miles Turner at the top of the key open. It's just so much is able to go on because you're trying to scramble. He is a guy that damn near command the double team because Josh Hart, he's just shooting right over.
We
him.
talked a little bit. We talked about it. I think on Linear or whatever. We were talking about him making the Hall of Fame or not even picking
the
on
Hall
that
of Fame.
Hall of
conversation.
Fame or Hall of Very Good, yeah.
But I think it's just like he don't even get enough credit for as much how well he developed his game into what it is now, to where he could be a legit half court off. Like he could be.
Did you see when they posted his draft profile? Yeah. It
But-
was showing like strengths, weaknesses, and
Yeah,
I'm about to pull it up right
He's
now.
got to be in like the conversations when we talk about guys like DeRozan who kind of changed their game and evolved their game. It might not be the same types of skill set, but you're talking about guys that were super raw and were able to make sure that they were get to up their mid range, up their pass, and like Pascal's probably one of the most skilled forwards in the game. It might not always be the sexiest, but he gets the job done.
I've been saying it since they called Haliburton the most overrated.
Yeah.
He is the most underrated player in the
Yep.
entire NBA, in my personal
And
opinion.
he kind of just gets it within the flow. He's not a dude that does anything that disrupts your offense. He does it all within what you're doing, and you don't have to run any set.
They
for him.
call 0 plays for Pascal
Yeah,
Siakam.
and he just still ends up with
Zero.
30, and he just still just gets it within the flow. He sets screens. He gets screens set for him. He could literally do both, and he cuts really well. He I love the fact that he's developed into this player that you would love to have as your number 2 on a championship level team. He wanted Toronto as a number 2, and now he's back in the finals in the Indiana Pacers as a number 2. So shows you that he has a lot more to his game than what we see.
Here's something that Forbes wrote about Pascal Siakam when he was drafted in 2016. What was Toronto thinking with this pick? With Devontae Davis still on the board is a mystery to me.
Must needed a big at the time.
Pascal Siakam has talent, yes,
Michigan State, Devontae Davis.
but he's not a strong athlete. Even ESPN analysts were surprised when he went this high. GM Masai Ujiri must see something in him that others don't. But there's no doubt that with the Raptors, he could have been a better pick. Grade D-.
Damn.
Now, for what it was worth, this is before people got afraid to do shit like this. Nowadays, if you look at anybody's draft grading after the first round, everybody get an A to B+. Nobody's like, oh, yeah, they missed completely because people just don't want to be wrong. And then somebody screenshotted
I
that.
know some people like that.
Devontae Davis, first year at Memphis was 1 point per game, then 6 points per game, and then he was out of the league.
Everybody passionate about this shit, but scared to be wrong.
Man.
Fuck about it, man.
Shout out to number 43.
People
man.
also screaming for Skal Labissiere to go at that spot.
Skal Labissiere was the best player in their class in the high school.
It's
He ain't
crazy
really
how that
do
shit
much.
works.
Remember what college you went to?
He ain't doing. He's in the league. He just came back to Sacramento last year. Don't sleep. He was back in
You
the
remember
league.
what college you went to?
No.
You remember?
Nah.
Actually, off the top of my head, I don't remember either.
What college would a number 1 player in the country go to?
Duke.
Duke or Kentucky.
He went to Kentucky.
Oh.
Yeah, I got zero memories of Skal Labissiere. So yeah, Indiana's going to the finals. I think they've just done a phenomenal job.
Shouts out to Indiana Pacers, man.
A lot of the conversation around it right now is about like the front office and all of the right decisions they've made since 2020, where in 2021 they gave that offer sheet to DeAndre Ayton, and luckily it got matched. But after that,
Yeah.
nothing but hits.
It's crazy how the league might look completely different if Indiana accepts that offer.
But what if Aiden looks like a different player playing with like
Yeah, that was the
Haliburton?
first thing that came to mind as well for me.
Yeah.
Because I seen that and I'm like, the NBA just don't work how everybody be talking about it. It's just so like, he gonna be the same exact thing is going like that's just not how it work, man.
Well, I'm just thinking the landscape. Like Dame wouldn't be in Milwaukee probably.
exactly.
Pascal Siakam wouldn't be in Indiana.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
all of these things. That's what I think about.
Miles Turner obviously is gone.
They take
because
this-
that's part
yeah.
of the thing.
They're gonna try to take the same exact team and put Aiden on it. It's like no, it don't work like that, bro.
The whole league
It don't
would look
work.
different.
Exactly.
Dude,
Exactly.
I vividly remember that after their finals run, where they were on their way to the finals, where this is back when I was
They
listening.
being the Suns.
Yeah, the Suns. I'm sorry. Yeah, when I used to listen to a bunch of podcasts, and I vividly remember Bill Simmons being like, "Yeah, DeAndre Ayton, top 5 center in the league."
I remember going on our podcast and having a similar conversation.
Yeah, man,
because he
and
was
he
that
don't-
fucking
He
good.
was,
Yeah.
yeah.
What is he, 25th now? Like, where's he rank amongst centers?
Well,
he had the grown man body.
He was killing.
well, his team wants
seven
a
foot-
sophomore
he
to
had-
start
he-
over.
Just like he could just dominate with size.
Which
That's
series
just
was
like
that?
The feeling you got from him.
During that run where he was dominating.
Clippers, right?
Was that the Clippers
Yeah.
series?
Yeah.
That was when he had that game-winning tip dunk.
Mm-hmm.
He was amazing in that series, and
Now I don't really. I mean, feel like he's a little bit of a lost soul out in Portland right now.
yeah, maybe. I don't know, man.
I just never seen a big who wants post touches but don't get to the free throw line.
That's the Pelican series you're talking about. First round in 2022, he averaged 20, 10, and 2 blocks,
Damn.
and shot 70% from the field. He even hit 2 threes.
What, he shoot 2 free throws?
Free throws wise,
Damn, you all
he
up
shot
on him.
12.
A game?
No.
Oh,
throughout
you
the
in that
series.
game. Oh,
But-
correct. Yeah.
2 a game.
2 a
'Cause
game.
Doing the math.
Yeah.
2 a game, yeah.
So, yeah, it's 2 a game.
He
Which
on
is
his
crazy.
He on his free throw shit.
But the free throws for DeAndre Ayton always been the question mark, right? Will he ever get to the line? Because he don't be going through
gonna face
contact. Last season, do y'all want to guess how many free throws he attempted per game
Probably 2 again.
Which you talking about this season?
this season?
Oh yeah, I'll probably say about 2.7, 2.3.
1.6.
It's lower. It's like 1.5.
1.5.
What? That's
7 foot big, 1.5.
that wants post touches.
They don't stretch the floor. There ain't no way in hell Porzingis shot more free throws than him. No way in hell. No way in hell is stretch 5 who's just rather shoot over
He probably
you at the
did,
elbow
honestly.
shot.
Oh, don't sleep on Kristaps. Guess his free throw.
4.7.
Exactly 4.7. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense though. Because even him, when he get into the mid range, he'll pump fake and try to get a foul or try to go.
People
through
get
some
underneath him a
contact.
lot when
Yeah.
he's taking jump
I
shots.
miss Kristaps Porzingis, bro. Kristaps in Washington was fucking the league up.
He was.
He won.
He was
was.
fucking the league up.
Or those first few seasons with the Knicks.
That's just such a different player, though. That's
Yeah,
why I
it
ain't
was.
referencing. That player was dunking on people, taking you off the dribble.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Washington, he was averaging
That's
20,
when
23.
his ass was post up.
23?
23.
Get your ass on that free throw line.
Yeah.
You can eat from there. Ain't nobody finna take this ball out your hands.
That's when he's still thin, but he was thinner. He used to wear the shirt under his jersey with the Knicks.
Yeah.
You know, he put on muscle. He don't do that no more. Boy, so I could lose his shirt. Shout out to Kristaps Porzingis, man. I hope
Get well
you're doing
soon.
well. Stop
well
posting pictures too, bro. They on your ass.
What is he doing?
He posted a picture. He was just chilling like with his family or his bros or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was a hookah was on the table. They like, how about the player who couldn't breathe in the playoffs not post a picture with a hookah thing on the table? And I'm like, damn,
Oh, yeah.
damn, Chris.
What
Davis.
a-
Yeah,
Fans
usually
can't
I don't
never let
agree
him
with that
live.
type of shit, but that's one I can agree with.
What if it was his family?
That's what I thought too. Though.
Like, you could
What
let
if
him
he's not
brothers.
the one doing
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
But it's still optically, I
It's like
can
he
get
just-
it.
As long as he ain't do no Ty Lawson type stuff.
I still love you, Kristaps. I still love you. I be telling Knicks fans all the time. I don't give a fuck what they
Lawson,
talking about. I got a Kristaps Porzingis bobblehead. I still got my Kristaps jersey somewhere in my house somewhere. I love Kristaps Porzingis, bro. Damn, I miss when he was. I guess the Washington Wizards the only time he was playing consistent games. How many games did he play? 69.
I'm gonna say at least he
71?
played over 65.
65 exactly.
Okay.
65 exactly.
Last
Last
couple
year, he
season
was,
with the
last year he was
Celtics.
hurt a lot.
His first year was the Celtics. Last year was 57. Then last year was 42,
See,
which is the lowest of his
I
career.
need some 60s in there, bro.
I'm just saying, it's not lowest of his career because he missed an entire season, obviously. But of the years he was active, the 42 was the lowest. His rookie season was his highest.
I wonder what, having this conversation, and I guess we can, if there's not anything else y'all want to talk about with the finals.
We got to preview the finals.
I meant the conference finals.
Oh,
Anything you
yeah.
wanna close out
There
the
was
Knicks?
one more question I wanted to ask y'all. And I guess I kind of had the answer based on the conversation we had so far. Is Karl Anthony Towns' defense more damning or Jalen Brunson's size?
Karl Anthony Towns' defense.
Just because he's a big man.
It's a big. You can't hide a 7-footer. Imagine telling a 7-footer to play hide and seek.
Yeah, and,
But
and
to remind you, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first game of the season, the Celtics whooped our ass.
Yeah.
Then we had played, I think, the Pacers and Tyrese Haliburton didn't score.
0, yeah.
I made a video about the Knicks, like, hey, man, as good as the team is, I have real concerns. And the entire video is, I'm gonna go back and rewatch it, but it's about having Cat and Brunson.
Collectively.
Yeah, as good as they are offensively, defensively, you cannot have two guys.
I think you can get away with one or
Yes.
the other.
You can
Yeah.
get away with hiding. We've seen guys hide guards. I have not seen a team really be able to hide a guard and a big collectively.
yeah, you can't have two negatives on the defensive side of the ball. And
I think you can have two negatives. I think you can't have these two negatives.
because I don't. If you have a small backcourt and they're both negatives, I don't think that could work.
Yeah, because Dame and CJ were two like crazy negatives.
Yeah,
But I think
Even they
you
got a
can-
conference finals appearance. Shout out to them.
damn, maybe we tweak it. Maybe you can. Conference finals is a success. I
It
don't
is.
know
Hell
what
yeah.
nobody
Conference
talking about.
is
It
success.
is.
Hell yeah.
I don't. You know
I
what
just
I'm
don't
saying?
think you can win it
Well,
all.
it is different because your team got swept. So
Ooh.
maybe
It was against the Warriors, though, right?
don't give
Yeah.
a fuck who it was
He got
against.
6 more teams. It don't matter.
And they didn't have a center.
That was the funny thing about Darrick. So shout out to you because I had a tweet that did some numbers.
What tweet?
You be our shit be so crazy that I feel like people can sometimes walk away from our shit thinking it was a setup. Because sometimes I feel like you giving me an underhand
The live.
with the whiffle that I could just smack it up out of here. You had the nerve to be at that barbecue and post that shit, whatever the hell you was watching on. You was watching on a fucking
I had
Sony.
This on Twitter?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You
I
ain't
had,
see it?
I had
I'm gonna look
Andy's
at it right now.
MacBook.
So it was a MacBook.
Yeah.
We was in the comments really trying to figure out. I didn't know if it was an A6000. You know, the little Sony camera. He posting talking about like he talking shit, trolling.
I see.
And so I'm about to reply.
Damn, y'all hit the box of smash burgers?
Covering half of the fucking TV.
He can't see no more.
Did you see my
Hey,
tweet?
no, he
Oh,
killed
no,
me. He
no,
said,
let
"You're
me
not
see.
even watching the game. You glimpsed it."
That's what I said.
He said, "You glimpsed it at the
you
damn."
cannot talk to me because you can't even say you watching the game. You glimpsing
hell
it.
no.
But I wanted to say,
Sneak peek at it.
I wanted to say like, man, you got like 7
that's
teams and
funny.
ain't none of them even been here. But then that one was like, bro, hell no, this is too good.
You
to pass
really
up on.
could move this big ass box out of the way so you can actually.
It's no way he could come up here and talk to us about the game
I
like
was,
he
I
watched
was,
it. There's no way.
I was constantly standing up and down, so like I was watching. So like I just happened to have.
He
sat
couldn't
down
tell
and
if that was Neesmith or Nimhard. He talking about Miles. That's why he had that tweet. Y'all didn't see that tweet. Miles Turner killing him for 3. It was Thomas Bryant. Little ass TV, he couldn't tell. I was wondering why he talking about, man, Miles Turner going crazy. Three threes. Miles Turner. The whole time it's Thomas Bryant and shit. One time he thought the Knicks was winning. Talking about, oh, the Pacers in trouble. I had to text him, Darrick, delete that, bro. That's the score, you got it wrong. The Pacers are winning. He's like, oh, shit, my fault. This is lit ass TV. Wasn't even TV, it was a laptop.
Was the barbecue good?
Yeah, I did my thing.
Okay.
Oh, you cooked or you did
I
your
was
thing as far
cooking.
as eat. Oh,
I was cooking at the time. That's why the TV was on the table.
No, we on it. It's too late. Twitter already, 5,000 some people already think you glimpsed the game. Yeah,
Oh man,
that was fun. But yeah, I think Cat. I think Cat.
because it's kind of like you playing 3.5 on 5 defensively.
Yeah,
because
Some
you
of that
could.
shit is also, like you said, effort. Like it's got to come within.
I mean,
Who would you like? Hypothetically speaking, if
it doesn't matter any amount of effort Jalen Brunson plays defensively, he's not going to.
Yeah, I'm more so looking at Cat.
Okay.
I mean, when you 5'10" on 10.5 on a good day, you're not really gonna be defending much.
But like if we did win a series and win against OKC, you could put Brunson on a Dort.
Sure. Yeah.
You're not putting Carl-Anthony on fucking Lou Dort. Because then that means Mikal Bridges got to, OG Anunoby got to be down there with
bigs. Yeah.
So it's like guards. Like, yeah, the Pacers probably going to just put Haliburton on
Dort. Yeah, that's what he did in the regular
You know what I
season.
mean?
Yeah.
So you don't have to do that. Man, who we going to put Pascal on? Oh, my goodness. So we put him on here. Now Haliburton got a guard here. When you're big, and we just haven't seen that where you can just put big, hey, man, LaMarcus Aldridge, you guard Lou Dort. The fuck? You're like, what? What are we talking about? So I don't know. You know what I mean? Imagine if the Warriors had to hide Draymond. Draymond, you guard J.R. Smith or Iman Shumpert. The fuck? It's tough to
He
do
do
that.
be doing that though, just so he can roam.
yeah, he does sometimes guard the worst shooter in Rome.
But that's not because of his deficiencies.
Yeah.
That's just schematically it makes sense sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
But you can't even do that with Cat. You can't even tell him to just guard Dort and go wrong.
because he's not covering half the court like a Draymond.
And he
would.
gonna foul.
And his IQ is low.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Draymond's IQ is so high, he can make up for it.
Yeah.
But,
Because Draymond can play with 4 fouls in one half and be cool.
The
You know-
reason I'm saying Cat IQ is low on defense is because, again, the Siakam leakouts. If the only excuse you can have is I'm crashing the glass, you're not crashing. So what the fuck are you doing? You're waiting and hoping somebody gets the offensive rebound so you can get another shot up? Well, if you don't get your big ass down there,
You just reminded me of something that happened
throw a
on,
tomato at your leg.
on the linear show that I think the YouTube viewers need as well. Cat exceptional defender, huh?
Oh my gosh, Darrick, I be trying to spare you, bro. I be trying to spare you.
From what I saw in Minnesota, from what
I
I
be
saw
trying to
against in this Knicks run, they're two different defenders.
Do you watch a lot of your games on that MacBook? Because if you do, I'll give you some benefit
No,
of the
I
doubt.
usually sit at my PC.
Okay, so you don't have an excuse on what you were saying.
But like the difference between him running the 4 alongside Rudy Gobert, who's gonna
Mike.
protect the paint.
Mike, that was like 5 games of his fucking career that made him jump off the ledge and say that. And you said exceptional.
Well, no, I thought he did it all that playoff run. He did it. He
Talking
was
about like when
well
he
in
was
the
guarding
Phoenix
Kevin
series.
Durant?
He did it
Yeah.
against who did they play in the second round? I forgot.
Jokic.
I think that
Yeah,
Jokic.
that was
he did
Jokic,
do a
and then
good
in the
job. I
conference
think
finals, yeah, he was still good.
those single coverages
The
assignments
games
is a
that
lot
stood out
different.
was the I vividly
Yeah,
remember the
I do
Kevin
too.
Durant shit that really stood out for people in the playoffs.
And then he also had that one game where he was pretty much the primary defender on Jokic. on Jokic, and he looked really
Wait,
good.
who behind him?
It was Rudy Gobert.
Wait, did
But
he
like,
got-
but it was like a whole different level of effort.
yeah.
But in our conversation, I'm pretty sure I told you the defensive, what was the word that I used?
Like
the
the
culture
culture?
there. When you have McDaniels, Anthony Edwards, Rudy, all these people surrounding you, it's not a tough carry. But now you don't have that. Now it goes to that, and now it's Jalen Brunson. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
OG and Mikal are, I think, really, really good, but they're not behind you necessarily able to kind of cover a lot of your deficiencies. So I think it was a perfect situation for him in Minnesota because he was essentially surrounded by all plus defenders.
Yeah, he was.
Even Uncle Mike is still giving you something.
And so let me rewind it. He was surrounded by all world defenders and a couple of plus defenders. Jaden McDaniels is an all NBA level defensive player.
Yes.
Same with Rudy. Rudy's a defensive player of the year.
I mean, it does have its like parallels though, because you can say that OG is in the same realm of defender as his best night.
We don't have
Jaden
a Rudy Gobert. We
I
don't
think
have a
we don't have
defensive
Rudy.
player of the year.
Yeah.
And Anthony Edwards is also a very good defender.
Y'all think y'all got a defensive leader?
Who?
The Knicks?
Fuck no.
No.
I feel like the
OG
Timberwolves.
Anunoby from a heart perspective, but he's not going to.
Yeah,
he's not going to hold somebody accountable.
Even if you just count Anthony Edwards, I feel like the vocalness of him, that'll wake you up to play
No,
some
yeah, we
damn
don't have that.
defense.
Josh Hart can try, but Josh Hart couldn't guard Pascal Siakam either.
Right.
OG he's too soft-spoken to be there. But from a Hart perspective, there is nobody on that team that wanted to win Game 6 more than OG Anunoby. And it makes sense why he's the only guy on our
Did
team
OG and
that has
Cat
the
get
ring.
into it on the sideline?
They did one of those. It wasn't Game 6, though. I
Right.
think it might have been a game, like,
was that
one of the games
last?
that
Was
we
that
was at
last
home.
series?
Was it
I
last
guess- I
series?
think it might have been against Boston. I could be wrong though.
I think it was the Pacers series.
Okay.
It might have been one of those early 2 games we lost in the series. But, yeah, it's no coincidence that he's the only one that has the ring. He was diving on the floor and shit.
His ass ain't play for that ring.
Who?
OG.
What you mean? So he got a ring.
Okay.
He got a fucking ring.
I mean, yeah, but the way you made it seem like he was in the finals doing crazy shit when he ain't play at all.
Oh no, I just meant like just being around or shit. That just
okay.
Because what did he do with his ACL? Or something?
Yeah, I just know he didn't play at all. But no, he does have a ring. You're right.
Keon Martin just said something similar to Nick Young.
Oh my God! They keep going back and forth. Nick Young and Kenyon Martin, because Nick Young is
still
silly.
going?
No, but Nick Young be on there talking about like, yeah, I'm the one with the ring, and they be telling like, man, you did the project but didn't help, like type of thing. But he flaunted like how I just kind of did with OG Anunoby, but he wasn't even help. He wasn't even hurt.
They brought you to the table and you watched everybody else eat.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's nuts. All right, let's get to the finals.
Here we go.
The absolute finals. At the max, we got 7 games. How are we feeling? What are like the things that y'all are looking forward to? Who has the advantage?
I'm looking forward to seeing how Tyrese can play against his defense.
Mhm.
They have been able to kind of shut all the guards down, and you know that he's going to be seeing an all-NBA defender every time down. We've seen him already struggle in some prior series where it's like, how is he going to get it done in that half court? But now it's like, you're going to have to get it done for you even to have a chance.
Yeah, I think those leakouts that they were getting, that's not going to be there. I don't think against OKC. I think they're too disciplined defensively. They have too many good defenders to allow that to happen. But I do think there's a world where they can kind of compete in this series, where they can probably make it tough. Maybe they win in 6, but I mean they lose in 6. But I do think OKC will win this series. It's just what version of the Pacers am I going to get? Am I going to get this one that's controlling the pace defensively? They still getting key, timely stops. You still getting big performances from your role players here, game there. And just Haliburton being able to handle that pressure, man. If he can really go out there and still be like, I don't care who defended me, I'm still going to get to my spots, I'm still going to facilitate, and I'm still going to be able to score and get to my spots, then yeah, they could really push this series and give OKC some really run for their money, because they didn't make it here just off luck.
Sure,
they
yeah.
won these
They're a
series
really good
and they
team.
took these series. So I'm going to give the Pacers their respect against OKC and think that they can at least challenge them a little bit.
Absolutely. I'm rooting for the Pacers. I think OKC is going to win, but I'm rooting for the underdog here. I want to see Tyrese Haliburton be aggressive.
Yeah.
I feel like I've said it a few times in the playoffs where they look like a completely different team when he's playing like that.
They're
And so
undefeated
it
if he drops 20.
Makes me kind of wonder why he don't do it every single night. And I'm also interested to see what the Thunder are going to do to defend them and look at all of the differences between them and what the Knicks were doing, just so I can go write it down and then box it up and send it to the Knicks and be like, look, I know we don't have all of that personnel, but look, all you have to do is like just get back. And also, I'm wondering how they're gonna guard Shea. We saw Donovan Mitchell have his way. Not saying that Donovan Mitchell is Shea, but we also saw them try to beat up on Brunson. Is going to be a little bit tougher because he's way difference as far as size. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander 6'6" versus 5'11". So, but Rick Carlisle has had a little game plan. So
Yeah,
I'm interested to see, man. It's going to be nice.
Yeah.
And I want to see the Pacers. I want to see if the Thunder come out and hit first, their response, because the Pacers they've won every series and had a good start and they pumped their chests out. But what would they look like if they have their back against the wall? Are they gonna still have the swagger? Are they still gonna talk shit? Are they still gonna be smiling when games are?
I think they're going to try their hardest to wear Shea down, 94 feet, deny off inbounds, stuff like that. Because there's not a lot of weaknesses in OKC. So you have to try to figure out exactly. Like the Pacers in this playoff run have run three possessions of zone at all this entire playoff
I was
run.
just about to bring that up.
I
too.
think they have to try to do some zone against OKC after watching Denver, who ran zone for like 3 games straight, and then not shut them down, but made them think, them outside shooters show that they outside shooters. Rick Carlisle has not been a zone-oriented coach, but
Timberwolves did a little bit too. It's just the man's. I don't even know what it was.
I
but
think that's the
I think,
only
yeah.
thing you can really do against OKC because we know that their jump shooting can be flawed at sometimes. So it's like, we know who we are as a team. The Pacers are going to score. Even against this really good team, I think they're going to score. I think they're going to be an efficient offense. It's like, how do we prevent you from matching that?
Yeah,
And you missing a bunch of threes is our best case scenario.
I think you also have to do your best in not helping OKC out and turning the ball over. I think for the most part, the Pacers do it, specifically Tyrese, doesn't really turn the ball over more. OKC is probably going to try to force that, but if they can keep OKC out of transition as much as they can, it's again going to set up their defense, and they can be like, okay, now we can load up again. We can make Lou Dort a shooter. We can make others make plays. So turnovers is one thing. Another thing I'm looking at.
Yeah, I'm also interested in Nesmith's ankle. Like, with this time off, they've had some time off significantly. What's the state of his ankle? Is he going to be good? Like, is it like still to where they're going to trust Nembhard to be the primary defender on Shea, or are they going to be like, no, Nesmith, he good now, so we gonna put Nesmith on Shea.
Shea got a lot of size to him.
I was going to ask, based on what y'all have seen from Shea, is a bigger defender or smaller defender the best option
I think
against
a
him?
bigger defender.
Bigger
He
defender.
shoots over smaller defenders a lot
Yeah,
of times.
that when you talk about a mid-range shooter, usually the bigger defenders usually the one to go with.
I might try Nembhard.
Nembhard, I think-
Canada teammates, familiar with his game.
If anybody's going to be
Has
familiar
enough.
with his game, it's his teammate.
Nikhil, yeah,
What?
You mean
it would be Nikhil.
That's just a reference to what Doris Burke said about
Oh.
it. But
Cousin.
she said cousin.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I would help with the size. I'd probably try to put the size on Dort and gap up as much as I could. I think that would be,
But you got to account for J-Dub too.
in what aspect?
As in, like, you would probably want to put whoever is not guarding Shea is probably gonna have to guard J-Dub.
I'm not putting
Unless you want
Nembhard
to.
on.
Oh no,
You
Siakam.
could
Siakam's
probably
a plus
do
defender.
Siakam.
No,
Yeah,
but
then who
Siakam
guards
has to guard
Chet?
one of the
Oh,
bigs.
yeah.
Yeah, they
In,
do
in
have
their regular
bigs.
season matchups, Chet didn't play in either of them. So we don't know what the hell their plan could be going into this against Chet because we have 0 minutes of them Chet playing against them this season.
I think they.
Yeah, I could do that because Haliburton is guarding Dort. What am I
Yeah, so
talking about?
Haliburton, Dort, let's say Nesmith, Shea. Oh, damn. Because no, we kind of have to go Nembhard because you
Yeah.
need Nesmith on dub.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Because they'll probably, unless they have like Case and Wallace, unless they go smaller.
Yeah, unless you just don't give a fuck about anything
It
Chet
really
Holmgren
depends
does on the
what
perimeter.
OKC comes out with too.
Because I could see them saying, Nesmith, you got Chet. Just don't let him blow past you. If he shoots 17 threes, he's been shooting 30% from three anyway. Maybe that's a good shot for us defensively. And then we let Pascal guard the bigger guy in like stockiness and J-Dub.
yeah.
That leaves it open for Chet though, because he can crash on you.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure we're probably going to see all of these options. We're talking about a 7-game
You got
series.
to find something that works.
Yeah.
And I think the Pacers are going to be the ones that really try to, I guess, try something because you just want to find an advantage. And I've been trying to figure out what advantage the Pacers have. It doesn't seem like they have many.
Mike
over
asked me
OKC.
at the baby shower, he said, how many times do you think Tyrese Haliburton scores 20 in this series? What do y'all think? Because you have to count how many games you think it's going to, right?
Yeah.
I'll say 3.
3 times? What about you, P?
Twice.
It's fair.
This is tough.
This is easily going to be his toughest matchup in the postseason. He's going to see 48 minutes of an elite defensive player.
Yeah.
All game, every game. And he's going to have to hit outside shots. He's going to have to be aggressive and try to get around that corner as much as he can. Because as we mentioned, when he is scoring, everything else falls to place for the team.
And Dort is such a damn fire hydrant.
Dude, Dort, I read some a couple days ago that out of all of the games Tyrese has played this year, against Dort/OKC, he's had the lowest usage. So just getting the ball out of Reese's hands and pushing him to like the half court where he's not involved. They're playing 4-on-4 because Dort is just denying ball, and when he does have the ball, he's getting off of it very early. That's some scary shit because Tyrese is not this physically built guy, and Dort will bang with you.
Yeah.
So
Number 7 on their team, decent too.
which one?
The one that be eating oxtails.
The one that be wearing that do-rag.
The one that just got the dreads. Shout out to my boy
he gonna
Giddey.
he's got a chance to take advantage, especially if they say they do have Neesmith on them. That's easy chance for you to just kind of take over and give your chance an extra edge.
I think that
Yeah,
Mouse
team.
Turner is going to have to hit a lot of threes because I think they're going to be wide open this entire series.
Same with Caruso. Caruso's still gonna have
Both
to make his
sides.
shots. He made a lot in that last series, so that's gonna be something that's gonna be interesting. If he goes back to what he was in the regular season, then it's gonna be
I'm picking my poison and letting him prove it to me.
yeah, sure, for sure. But he definitely he won them some big games, especially in that Denver series.
OKC is a team that is willing to give up certain three-pointers. The Pacers are a team that doesn't miss. Like Nembhard shoots 40, well, not last series, but generally Nembhard shoots 40%. Neesmith literally shoots 50% from three. So like that could be one of their advantages, taking what OKC wants them to take and just taking advantage of it too.
Yeah,
It's
it's
I
gonna be
don't
a
know.
chess game.
I don't like to get into
What would
Twitter
y'all rank
conversations.
this in terms of like excitement for this series?
Like 1 through 10?
You know,
Yeah, I guess you can compare it a little bit to the previous ones too. Like,
I am kind of excited, but in the back of my mind, I feel like it could be quick. So like, I'm hoping that this is a
That's
good-
the story of life, ain't it?
Hell yeah.
I'm excited, but in the back of my mind, I
Based
know it's
on
going
what
to be
we
quick.
heard,
Y'all
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
But this is
That boy doing snippets.
I'm
That's
actually
nuts.
really excited.
1 through 10, I would say 8. If you ask in comparison to last season, I really went into last series feeling the same way. The Boston Celtics were going to win that series. And I feel the same way about this Thunder team. The Thunder's going to win the series. That don't mean that I'm not excited to see a Luka Doncic.
I'm
or-
excited because it's the NBA Finals. Like this
Just
is
that
fun.
alone,
This
no
is
matter
fun.
what team is in it, is going to be
Yeah,
enough.
I'm excited for either one of these teams to win it. Like, I think both of them have real legit stories that I would love to see capped off with a championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But with that being said, my excitement level is probably about a 5 to 6.
I'll give it
just
an
in terms
8,
of like
8.5.
competition, you think?
Huh?
You talking about like in competition?
I also don't think that there's a bunch of storylines. I think Tyrese Haliburton was named the most overrated, and that's pretty much it. There's
Yeah.
no storyline for me with OKC.
For me, I think the coolest
Well, with
storyline
OKC, they
it's
kind of
the age thing for me. I would
yeah,
say.
they're the youngest team to do it. They've drafted well. They made the right off-season signings this off-season, and
2-star players picked in 11 and 12, right?
yeah,
11 for Shea, 12
Y'all
for
this-
So y'all
Haliburton.
telling me the history. I'm saying like a narrative or a storyline that's
yeah.
like they don't have one. So it's like
I think the best thing they got going for them is like, yeah, our average age is 24.
I think the best thing they got for him is that Shea is the MVP and he could win the finals and
Be
the
one of-
finals
what,
MVP.
The one of the 5 people to ever do it.
Yeah, I
6
think
people ever
that's
do it.
like the biggest thing to see, like a young guy winning it more so than like any of this other shit. I don't really Caruso and Hardenstein being the additions. That ain't really no damn story to me. The age thing, we've talked about it, but I think we were some of the ones that was like, man, that age shit don't really mean too much.
This team
anyway.
is just different.
We
I
didn't
was
really
gonna
feel
ask,
like
yeah,
that was a.
do you think others can look at this like, yeah, the young guys can do it, or is it more so an anomaly just for
I
the
pray
team?
that
It's-
front offices don't
it's
think
an
this is
anomaly.
the new blueprint because it's not. I think they're just an anomaly. They have a 26-year-old MVP. You can say all you want about your team being young and excited. Oh, we're the Houston Rockets. We're the second seed. If you don't have a motherfucking MVP, this is not possible.
They have 2. Oh, J-Dub made an All-Star. Chet,
he also made all
if
NBA.
Chet was healthy, he
You'd
probably
need all
would have
defensive at
All-Stars. So
miss,
they would have
minimum.
3 All-Stars and quality role players. That's a championship type team.
I think it ain't an anomaly, but I definitely think it ain't nothing like the Jazz should feel like in 2 years we're gonna.
Did you
draft
see what the
and
Jazz people said, by the way?
I watched it and then I got distracted because I saw the two guys at the podium and it was like, "Oh, the Jazz gonna be different this
The
year."
first thing they said is that they are not going to be sacrificing wins, basically.
Get the fuck out of here.
And then the second thing they kept saying, if we pick at 5, if we pick at 5. So they might be trying to be like stupid and accelerate their timeline. Or they may just keeping the door open for trades to move up or down. I don't know.
I've been playing with them on 2K. The worst team
They're
I ever
so
played
far
with.
away. They
the
are
worst
so
team
far
I've ever
away.
played with, Mike. Mike, the worst team I've
You
ever
get a lot of
played
Bryce Sensabaugh minutes?
Huh?
You giving Bryce Sensabaugh a lot of
Yes,
minutes?
he ain't doing shit with him.
You had to call his number, I think.
Fuck that. His ass finna get called to fucking another team. But anyway, I forgot my train of thought.
Who going crazy though?
Not Larry. I traded Larry Market. Walker Kessler. Walker
Okay.
Kessler is like, I feel like I'm going to have to trade him because the rebound and defense is so good. It just may not be impactful on this team.
And you're going to have to
Oh,
pay
I got
50
RJ Barrett. He's going fucking nuts. Getting to the free throw line like crazy, but nobody else can
He
do it.
still got Isaiah on the team.
Isaiah who?
Collier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weak as hell. On 2K. I was very disappointed because I seen him in real life and I like his game. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna be able to. Can't shoot. He ain't got crazy athleticism.
That's the problem with 2K, but that's for another day.
Can't shoot, man. He can pass his ass off.
He can pass.
But that's it. He can't shoot. He can't finish. You know what I want to say about 2K, Mike?
Oh, boy.
What?
Somebody convinced me to like try something on a default roster. So I'm like, okay. LaMelo Ball had a fucking 94 layup. So I say,
On the default ones?
on a default one. So I say, either I'm lost or something don't make sense. So I go to cleaning the glass really, really quick. Just something really, really quick. LaMelo Ball rim finish in his entire career is fucking blue. Like,
Well, guess what? But he does cool layups. That's why he got the 94, because they're cool looking.
because it's cool.
It's
Okay.
cool looking.
Because then I'm like, wait, let me. Are they correlating this for his floaters? But then you got close shot for that. Like that would be a close shot. I feel like. So I'm like, what the fuck is taking 2K so long to come up with their own analytical database? You can literally copy Cleaning the Glass or NBA.com or Synergy. You can create your own 2K shit. Yeah.
That's out.
And you finna buy that movie right now and go crazy.
They don't pay attention. They don't do enough details to their rosters, man.
I just feel like it's so easy. You feel
94
what I'm saying?
layup is really high for a guy.
Because we're a vocal minority. They don't give a fuck.
I was looking at some of the stats.
No, absolutely. When we have a bunch of like things that we push towards them that we wish for, I understand that they don't give a fuck about certain things. But like on a base level where ratings and everything has become such a big part of their release and everything like that, why be so off when you have a Synergy, when you have NBA.com, when you have all of these analytical databases that will tell you everything? I looked at the attribute, the titles that they have, ball handle, pass, offensive consistency. There are all advanced analytics that will give you the rating for each player. You want to know how good a guy can shoot mid-rangers? Fucking Synergy will tell you. You want to know how good a guy finishes at the rim? Cleaning the Glass will tell you. It costs $5 a month.
One of the best investments you can make as an NBA fan. By
They
the way.
can pay $5 and have a team of guys go in there and look through every single player and get this shit accurate. At least somewhat accurate. But it's like,
I used to think it was all, I used to think that shit was so easy too, because like it's 30 teams. If you have one person dedicated,
One
or maybe
person.
two people dedicated
that's
to
it.
specific teams,
15, you get 15 and I get 15 teams.
it's just that's all you got to do. It's literally all you got to do, and all the answers for you in terms of how this player can do this well. Like it's so easy.
They doubling up. Shout out to No Ceilings. They
Shout out to No
They dropped one at the beginning of the year to get you familiar, and then they got this one.
But
This one looks way higher compared to their last year's. I think they
I got the shooting chart.
and they got
everything.
badges. Did they had this last year? I don't think they had it last year.
They had the chemistry set last year.
Wait, shout out to No Ceilings, man. They do
B-Ball
great
Index
work.
has the badges.
Yes.
That's
Is
what
that
this
the
the
college
last
thing?
thing for me
Send
to.
it to me.
You gotta buy it.
I know.
Go find it, motherfucker. It's No Ceilings. Go
They be
find
having
it.
it where
Tired of your, hey, ain't you tired of that shit? How do I upload my podcast? Google it.
He
Send
can
it
just
to
drop
me.
it in the group chat?
No, motherfucker, go find it. Follow they
Go to
Twitter.
Twitter.
I do follow
and
it. It's
cool.
actually right here.
Exactly.
It's actually right here.
Send
There
it
you
to
go.
me.
There you go.
The enemy.
And send it to me. Really that bad of a thing?
For you, yeah, because your
Why?
ass don't go looking for nothing. That's why.
Uh-oh.
It's a character flaw. One of the few character flaws.
He don't be troubleshooting.
If I'm lying, y'all let me know.
He's not a big troubleshooter.
Hey man, I just bought the iPad. I can't connect to the Wi-Fi. Go to Wi-Fi. Type in your It say I need a passcode. What's your passcode? Oh, okay. I got it now. No, I'll just fuck with Jay. He ain't that bad too.
$15 for no ceilings though. Great addition to your draft stuff if you're interested.
But what were you saying?
The attributes is one thing. The animations be making it just as worse though. Because that's how you get a max shoes, but he can't shoot.
Listen, I am a facilitator when we play in real life and on the podcast. I know how to get my juices flowing. Now he's going to be
He don't care about the
overly
finals
going.
talk at all. He just want to talk about the 2K
Oh
animation.
yeah. I do want to talk about the finals because during the day of the finals, I'm gonna be doing a live stream on my podcast, on my Twitch.
I thought you really had some shit to say on the finals.
This is one X factor for
I'm doing a live stream. I'm gonna be doing a giveaway. I got 2 Lakers hoodies. I'm gonna be giving away. I got a large and an extra large.
What if I'm a Suns fan?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I mean, it's you getting a free hoodie.
What if I'm a small?
You can wear the large.
They don't.
I'm
Hey,
just
your
talking.
people are subscribed, which means they got a little bit of paper. They don't give a fuck about no free shit.
I bet they do.
I bet when you say that, there's gonna be a bunch of people in here like, I ain't a Laker fan. I know your community. Your community is fake toxic.
If there's not one person that just doesn't want a free hoodie, then I'll keep it. I'll give it away.
You
thought
can
you
fit the
finna-
large
family.
and the extra large.
You got paper.
This extra large
Give
right
away
here is
a
a little
fucking
big.
gift card.
Is it really?
What I
Give
I
away a
have a
gift
gift
card.
card. Give him a gift card. Where my money at? Speaking of gift cards,
Uh-oh.
You gotta ask for it. The fuck?
I gotta ask some money you owe me.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
my money at? Did we
Yeah.
bet too?
Yeah, you gotta ask for your money.
I'm almost positive we bet.
I need my money.
Request it, and I will give it to you.
You picked Minnesota
You got
for some
Cash App?
stupid reason.
Yeah, I got cash.
Request it.
Now you don't remember picking
I
Minnesota?
genuinely don't know. I don't know.
Derrick.
No, I know I probably picked him, but I don't remember making a bet with him. Did I make a bet with him?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was for like a band.
And now he's fucking. We know you would never do no shit like that. Derrick betting a band on something would blow my mind.
Would you rather? Never mind. Blow
No,
a band
what
or better
you gonna
band?
Huh?
Blow a band or better band?
Well, I've done that.
Would you? He would blow a band at a restaurant.
I was thinking about the.
Hey, he
Oh.
definitely ain't throw no band. You threw a band?
He
About-
damn near
It was
was.
800.
Where?
We went to Tootsie's.
At my
Oh.
bachelor party.
I
See,
know,
at the
right.
last one we went to, he looking at me, counting how much my guy talking about. Why ain't you throwing more?
He said that to you?
Yeah.
You said that to him?
He an undercover employee, boy.
He talking about some
Did you request it?
He trying to get me drunk too. I'm about to.
I genuinely don't know what we bet, so I'm gonna have to wait
I
and
don't
see.
either.
I think it was $100.
It might have been 100. That feels.
He said 150.
Yep. Yeah, I think it was 152.
Whoa. Where did 200 come from?
What you mean?
You don't remember being on this show saying, P, I'm gonna give you an out.
Did he take the out?
Yes, I did. I said, I'm gonna give me the, I ain't taking the one for the Knicks, but I said, give me the one for the Timberwolves. Yeah. Why you did that? I don't fucking know. Why you did that? I don't know.
I
Or
request
maybe,
150.
maybe I did it reverse. Maybe I said.
No, you say you took the payout for OKC, but you leaving it for the Knicks.
Say it again.
You took the payout for OKC because they was over with.
But I stayed with the Knicks. Right.
Right.
He gonna
So
try to
that's
double
150
juggle.
then.
How is it 150?
Because I gave the cash out for 50, but you only took
No,
one.
you gave me a cash out for the whole series.
Wait, what?
Don't look at me. I don't remember none of this.
Look, look. If your bet is winning and they say, or if your bet is losing,
No, your bet has to be winning but not complete.
This time out.
wait. His
Time
bet
out.
was over with. His bet was over with. So instead of him losing 100 completely, I said I'll give you the $50 cash.
No, you
out.
did not say $50. All we have to do, Mike, it's $200. I promise you. I ain't hurting for $200. I'm just want you to know the facts. Somebody who's watching this, y'all have to tell us. Just go find the footage and post the footage. You don't have to say, no, Mike said this and no, Pierre. I want you to show the
So
footage.
we know it's $100. But you got to figure out what the cash out was.
No, there is no cash out. It's not like he said, this ain't fucking FanDuel. You're Mike Hurd. You said.
So that's the full amount there. We made a bet on. I wasn't saying we could get rid of the bet. I said you have the ability to cash out, so you don't have to
Because
pay
we
as
had
much.
two, right? So you can only pay one. That's $100. Why would you cash me out for $50? How the fuck do I look like? So how about this? I'll go one step further.
I'm trying to understand the math.
I'll bet you an extra $150 that you ain't say nothing about no fucking $50 cash out. I bet you when we find that footage, it ain't nowhere you saying you don't
No.
want to do that. That's the fuck I thought. I know what I'm talking
No,
about.
I'm
I
already
won't cheat
owed
him.
my-
I
why
won't
would
cheat
I
him.
bet somebody
I
who ain't
won't
even get
cheat
my
a
money that he
motherfucker.
owed me from the
I'm
last
not
bet?
cheating a motherfucker with $50.
Derrick, where's the rest of my money?
What'd he give you?
He sent me 100.
Is the 150 confirmed? I just didn't. Okay.
He said 150.
Okay, I'll send you the other
Can you
picture.
confirm
Austin's
that Mike's
job is to listen to the show.
Can
If he
you
says
confirm
150,
that
it's
Mike
150.
said it's a $50 cash out? Thank you.
But what's
Thank
the
you.
cash out? Cash out is not zero.
You got to give me something. What's the cash out?
$50.
How you just make that up right now?
Because it's my bet. It's either
No, hell
$100.
no.
Bro, does
What
that make
sense does that
any sense? There's no. If I'm betting $100,
I hate to do this, but I agree with both of y'all.
it's literally $100. If I'm giving you away, I say instead of $100, you can pay.
dictate the cash
You can pay
out?
less.
Way
You pay
less?
less.
I think what his point is that you should have told me it was $50 in the moment.
But
You said you
his
could
point
cancel
is
the
it's got to
bet.
be something.
But he told me he canceled it out.
No, I ain't say I canceled it out.
So, yes,
I
you-
ain't no, a cash out and a cancel out is two different things.
You say you could pay $100 now and take off one. Go find a footage. All you gotta
No,
do is find the
that's
footage.
why I said 100. You can cash it out.
That's
$50.
$100.
$50 each series.
That's
But each
$100.
series.
How did that fall out of over there?
But each series, right? Because I gave
No,
you the option
I
for
didn't know
both.
nothing about no EC. That's why.
I
That's
gave you
why
the
he-
option for both.
That's why
I said I gave him the option
What
for
did we
both. He
say?
took one.
Hey, hold
He
on. What
took
did we
one.
say? I said we did,
Right.
which is 200.
Right.
100 on each series.
So if he cashes
Thank
out
you.
one, he
Thank
cashes
you.
out one,
Thank
but
you.
didn't the other one.
Thank
That's
you.
already 100.
What the fuck is he talking about?
What I think y'all need to do is get in the gloves.
Oh.
Get in the gloves.
Hey,
for
we
it.
get in the gloves. I'm walking out. I'm not giving 150, and I'm walking out with 1,000.
I just want my money. That's all I need.
No, you ain't finna get shit until you find that
It's
clip.
150.
No,
It's
it's not
literally
150. I'm not
150.
agreeing.
So what
to,
are you saying it is?
It's 100.
How
Because
should it
You
be
saying it's
100?
150. Okay.
Mike,
How should it be
when you got
100?
up here, you said, AP, I'm feeling nice today.
Okay, keep going.
Was that on linear or was that on real?
No,
show?
I think
That
it
was
on
That was a
real.
real show. I believe.
But keep going with the conversation. I was feeling nice.
You said, I'm feeling nice.
Yep.
Since both series ain't looking that good, because I believe they both was up 2-0.
Yeah, it was 2-0 on both
You
sides.
said, I'll let you take one off.
No, I
or
said you
something
could do.
around the way.
I said you could do the cash out for 100. You could do.
I had cash
You-
out for 100.
But-
so
but
when
listen, though, the reason why I said
understand that,
100
but I want to explain to them. Once he says cash out for 100, that makes me think we're taking off. It's not a $200 bet no more. It's a $100 bet. If I cash out for $100, that's subtract. Where does $50 coming from?
When I say you can cash out, it's instead of paying $200 because you would have lost $200. I
Yeah,
said,
which
you
also,
can
by
pay
the way,
100.
y'all, ain't shit. It ain't shit.
It don't gotta
It's
be
a
shit.
principle.
It don't
So
gotta
go
be
ahead.
shit. I say you can pay $100 instead of paying the $200 because you're already at a loss. Like there's
So
still
I'm
a
paying you
chance. But
100.
can I finish?
Yes,
though?
please.
You're already at the disadvantage because you're both down in both series. So I'm giving you a way out. There's still a chance, so you can still win the $200. You didn't have to take it. You said you were only taking a cash out for one, which was the OKC one. The 100 was for both series.
You didn't make that. You didn't make that a disclaimer. You did not make that a disclaimer.
That's
Nobody
because
up
I
here.
wasn't expecting you to just
Nobody
take one
up-
cash out
no,
on one
no,
series. You can't cash out on one
But
part of
you-
the parlay and then not do the other
You're
one.
not FanDuel, motherfucker. How many times? do I have to
Motherfucker, that's
tell
how
you
I
that?
got it. That's how I said I'm gonna do the cash out like it's fucking FanDuel.
But you didn't make no. FanDuel lets me know all this information
all
right
that
there.
shit is
FanDuel
irrelevant.
tells me
This
the
is a
information
man-
right
I'm
there.
telling
You can't say take off $100 and then I tell you. I
I'm
say, well,
giving you
no,
the
I'm
reason
keeping
why
my
it's
bet
100.
alive on my Knicks, and you don't follow up and say, well, it's only $50.
Right, so
All
that's
you have to
$100
do,
on-
you didn't say. All you have to do is, I want you to pull up that fucking film and show me where
Why
you
do I
said
have
all
to
this
put up some
information.
film? You owe me
Christian.
money.
Because it's your
you
money.
owe me money.
It's your money.
Hey, when I pay, when he made a bet with me, that money was in your hand
I
immediately.
don't want anybody on this show to do it. I want somebody to send us the
In
clip.
the community?
In the
Okay.
community.
No,
the
Christian, if
community-
you can find it right now, find it and let us know. You ain't got to hold. You ain't got to hold it the whole.
I
we
just
ain't-
never
we
seen
ain't-
somebody
we ain't gotta-
say cash out. You can cash out the bet early, and that means the bet
Well,
is
to
gone.
be honest with you, you never heard a motherfucker tell you that in real life
Then
anyway.
pay the 200 then.
Huh?
Then just pay the 200 then.
Hell no. Fuck no. Because I don't because what a motherfucker is not about to do to me, you might could do it to him. But what you're not about to do is you're not about to talk in circles and then try to
That's
double
you.
back.
That's
I'm not-
literally you.
I'm not-
Nobody's cashing out a bet and you just don't owe shit no more. If you
I didn't-
cash,
Mike,
if you're cashing out a bet,
Mike, do you listen? That's why you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Shut the fuck up and listen.
you haven't listened. You haven't
I'm listening
listened
to everything you're saying, and when I give you a rebuttal back, you're saying it don't make sense.
You're making your own rules. I'm telling you how it is and how we did it.
No.
You're making
You
your
trying to
own
make your own
Pete.
rules. You're trying to make
you
your
gonna
own
tell
rules.
me how much you gonna tell me how much you gonna pay me after a bet you
Because
lost?
an agreement we had.
What
I'm telling
agreement?
you,
If we didn't have
the
no-
agreement that we had,
What was the
canceled
agreement?
out that bet based off what you said. You said
So I'ma
nothing
say
about
forget-
$50.
no,
I
a
owe you
cash out.
100. You trying to say I'm not gonna pay you nothing? I owe you 100. What you requested from me is
But
not
I'm
what I
saying
owe you based off what you said,
You owe me money from the Thunder or from the Timberwolves losing the series.
which is $100. So why
No,
the
no,
fuck
no.
would
You owe me $100 from the Pacers.
See how you
winning the
see
series.
how you're
How am I flipping? I'm correcting you.
You're
I'm
talking about
correcting you.
2 games I owe you from when we have one based off of your saying.
I don't think you making
Nothing is
sense.
happening in this conversation right now.
I
Because
don't
what
think
he's
you
trying
making
to
sense.
Nobody's
because
budging.
because
So let's
listen,
just
What
wait.
he's trying to do is finesse, and that's
KB,
where the
I won
principles come
$100.
in.
I won $100 because he bet on the Knicks to
You
win.
won
and pay for me.
$100.
Right.
That's your
I
100
should have
right
won
there.
another $100 because he bet on the Timberwolves to win. OKC
But for
win.
whatever reason, he came in here and said,
I said I
"Man, they
canceled
down
out?
2-0, so I give you a way out." That was how
No,
you
I said a cash out. A cash out is you're paying less. You're paying less.
Oh,
You're
okay.
paying less.
What you're saying is right, but I think what Pierre is saying, nobody
I didn't say
agreed to what that
cancel.
was.
But regardless,
You
if
just
we
made
agree,
up a number. You just made up
$50 is half the amount.
When did you disclose that?
When they
Does
were up
anybody-
Okay, I'm over it.
Does
$50
anybody
is half
have-
the
We're
amount.
done.
What
Do
I'm
you
gonna say,
remember any of this part of the
$25?
conversation?
I do remember the cash out conversation. I don't remember what the number was.
I didn't say a number. But
So how can you
$50,
say
how
it
is
now?
$50 not reasonable for a cash out when you were
Mike,
down
Mike,
2-0?
Mike,
instead of
nobody's
$100?
saying what's reasonable or unreasonable. It wasn't. Imagine us making a bet. Imagine KB and Darrick made this bet, and now all of a sudden, because the bet is done, he says it's $250. Darrick has.
I didn't
200.
make up a number. I gave you the
You
number.
just nobody remembers $50 being said. Now you're saying it's reasonable. You did just make up a number.
125 then. 125.
No, because that wasn't what it was
You're,
about.
you're missing
not,
the point. You're not paying the money for the bet that you lost. When I say the cash out,
Mike,
it don't matter if that shit was $2. You
Mike,
won't pay that damn money.
I'm going to pay what the agreement was. I don't give a
So
fuck.
$100.
If it was a $2 bet, you wasn't going to get $5 out of me.
Okay, can we?
A nigga from Oak Park, excuse my language, is not finna finesse. We got to
Write it down, Austin.
It's not about the
Hey,
finesse.
comments, let him know he wrong. He dead wrong, comments. Let him know he wrong.
Well, comments.
He wrong.
Comments.
Are y'all gonna agree on a number
Wait,
then? If it ain't
150.
Comments.
150.
Comments
150.
bother him. They don't bother me. Them motherfuckers can
150.
flood the comments.
150.
You feel me, D. Millie? He get bothered by comments, not I. Give a fuck what the comments say.
Are y'all gonna agree on a
Shit,
number,
ain't
or are
no
we gonna
comment
move on?
ever changed my life negatively.
So why would you tell them to
Negatively.
say something to me like it's finna change
Are
my
we
life?
gonna agree on the number, or are we moving
the
on?
comment said this, so let me go and do this. The fuck are you talking about?
Are we gonna agree on the number, or are we moving on?
150.
I'm not giving him shit now.
150.
Now you gotta take his money.
Okay, so we moving on.
How
All right,
about
all right.
that?
150.
So
So
we
we are
are
moving
take
on.
the 100.
Hey,
How
I'll let
about
it
you
be.
take some
Hey,
money?
don't pay me. Hey, don't pay me
This is
then.
the longest circle
Don't
of
pay me
10
then.
minutes ever.
Don't pay. Don't ever ask me for no bet again then. Don't ever ask me for no bet.
You say his account
Don't
got-
ever ask.
his account got
Negative.
closed.
Ain't negative. And that shit getting, what's it called?
Why his
when
cheek,
you be paying?
why his cheek twitching?
The account got whatchamacallit.
Why his cheek twitching?
And it's getting interest.
Why
And
his
it's
cheek
getting
twitching?
interest.
Why your fucking cheek twitching?
Why you owe me money? Why you owe me money?
Because you're not gonna
Why
finesse
you owe me money?
You're not gonna finesse me.
Why? I'm not finessing. I'm giving you a deal. The fuck?
You tried to give me a deal, then you
I
tried to
did.
add it
I
I
on.
cannot believe how long this is
When
going
I
on.
try
Hey,
to give you a
KB,
deal, hell no.
it's finna keep going.
Hell no, I
It's
ain't
finna
getting no
keep going.
deal. Hell no.
Because y'all were having this conversation when I got up to wash
Hell
my
no, I
hands.
ain't getting no deal.
You looked at me and said we at 110. Where are we at right now? 120. It's been going for 20 minutes.
Because this is
And
the,
nothing has happened. Nobody's buzzed either way.
all he has to do. All he has to do is show me where he said that, and I'll give him his 150. I got the 100 waiting for him. That's the money I was prepared to pay him. I got the 100 waiting for him. I got it for him. But he keeps saying 150.
remember somebody said,
if
let's
he
bet
can
on
show
both
me,
series,
if he can show me,
both
I
series,
got
not
whatever.
just one.
That's all I asked for.
I ain't say we was canceling out the other bit. I said you can cash it out
Hey,
early.
KB, 20 minutes ago, all I said was somebody find the footage and I'll give him everything I own. He wanted to get up here, poke his chest out, and talk a bunch of tough shit. Now I'd be wrong if I told him he can get shit from me. I would never do that. But all I said is if you want the 150, show me where you said that.
Don't
and I got
bet
it.
with me no more.
I got it. Bro, I don't have to talk to you again. Let alone bet. What the fuck he talking about? Like I'm finna go into a deep depression because I ain't got to bet with Mike no more. What the fuck? Well, fuck you. What the fuck? I got your money though, but you have to show me why I said the same way you want me to show you why. You don't want me to send 100.
Because I remember I was literally
Right. So all we have to do is instead of going off of what one of us think, let's get the facts. Mike, I'll wipe my ass with $200, dog. I got it for you if I owed you that.
I believe you.
Right. So let's get the
you.
facts.
I'm not the one that's tripping
Let's-
over. I said
Are you not? Your cheek was just fucking doing it.
it don't, it's
slide.
the principle. It's the
That's-
damn principle. I'm
that's-
gonna get every money that's fucking owed to me. It's just the principle.
And that's my principle. I'm going to pay. When the IRS just hit me up talking about $8,000.
right.
If them motherfucker, when I do the math, I owe them $8,000. I wouldn't give them 12. You're not getting right.
Absolutely not.
Right.
That's why
I gave them
said-
the 8,000.
I said
I
I
gave
ain't
him-
asked for.
I
I
read-
If you give
I
them,
asked
if you
for
give them
270.
12, that counts to next year.
Now fuck them. I gave them the 8. So
Not a cent more, not a cent less.
if the IRS can't take no money
Not a
from me,
cent more, not a
you
cent
not doing
less.
it. You not doing it. They asked for 8, they got 8.
Hey, Darrick, who do you have in
They
the
wasn't
series
getting 9.
and in how many games?
They wasn't getting 9. Fuck wrong with this dude over here?
I got OKC in 5.
What about you, P?
You want to make a bet, P?
Well, fuck you. Yeah, matter of fact, I do want to make a bet. I want to make a bet with me and you.
What's
Fuck
the bet?
OKC and the Pacers.
What's the bet?
Whatever it is, we can shoot on this motherfucker. And your money is safe. You ain't got to bet your money. All I ask for is the proof of what I owe you. If we do the footage, and the footage came back and all of us forgot that we said $1,000, I will give you $1,000. It's not a person in the world that can say I owe him a damn thing. That's not a person that can say I owe him anything. The IRS,
I could say at least owe me
BMW, that's
100,
not a
though.
motherfucker in the world that can say I owe him a fucking coin. So why would I owe Mike Hurd anything?
Because you made a bet and you lost.
And you can't tell me the specifics of the bet. So until you do,
So
unless you're going to take this 100, which I don't blame you. I don't blame you for not taking 100. You just started the whole thing like I'm avoiding paying you or a motherfucker making up an excuse. All I ask is for the facts.
I put that 150 in KB account. He's sitting decent.
thank you, Darrick.
That's it. You got somebody that factually proved it, and it wasn't off of he say or she say. That's all we got to do. He acting like a motherfucker said.
So who do you have in this series, though?
OKC, I said that though. I
And
said
how
that,
many games?
I would hope it goes
5.
I would love to be a 6 or 7.
I got OKC in 5, but I'm rooting for the
They do it
Pacers
at
to
home.
win in 7.
What about you, Mike?
I got OKC in 5. They said they want to do it on their home court.
I feel the same way. I want to give the Pacers more than a game, considering how great
Well,
they've
you better
been.
hope Tyrese Haliburton
That ain't no real thing, though, right?
No.
No, say we on a team and we in the finals and we say we want to win this home. We're not throwing a game just so we can go back home.
Yeah, I don't. That's
No, no,
stupid.
no.
That's stupid.
That shit,
But
I don't think
it's
that's a real thing.
It's just human nature to not be perfect. And I think
Christian, what you doing?
to sweep something is insane.
You have to go pee? Find that footage, man. Stop peeing. Find that footage.
Why did you stop in your tracks?
I know, he said
Y'all didn't see it. Christian looked so confused.
like
and
this
stopped
Stopped
moving.
abruptly mid stride. It just
What episode did we make that bet on?
I'm
it had to
going.
be at the start of the series.
I'm going OKC in 5. I think they get it done in 5, and we'll look back and be like, this
yeah.
2024-25 OKC team was a legendary team.
Yeah.
I think all the numbers are going to prove. I think in real time, people may not appreciate it as that, but we're going to look at it being the best relative defense, one of the best net ratings postseason, the MVP, the Finals MVP, all NBA, 2 all defensive players, 2 all NBA players, coach that just won Coach of the Year last year, and we're going to be like, this team was really like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it'll have the same nostalgic factor, right? I don't know in 10 years from now, we'll be like, oh, yeah, you know who I miss? The 2024-2025 OKC Thunder. But I think it should be looked at that.
I think it will have a nostalgic factor just because they're so young. Like, we probably won't see that again. I think
Like,
that would,
hypothetically, if they ever broke up in 5 years, be like, damn, remember when they was together?
because like I
So-and-so?
still
That's
like
why-
when you think about that OKC team that did make it with KD, Russ, and Harden. That team was really young too, but they made it to the finals. They just happened to.
But I think we nostalgic about that because we like, them motherfuckers had 3 MVPs on their
MVPs.
team. And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know.
That's why it's so weird when you always just see the hate on the. I guess they are the top guy, but you just see the hate and it'll be like
Yeah.
it'll have the memes of Jada up dancing and Jalen Williams dancing and Shea dancing. It's just like, bro, why don't we just kind of respect it while it's here? It is fun to make fun of it, but you just be kind of bashing them.
So you making fun of it too?
Do I be making fun of it? Nah. I think some of the
Stop
videos
talking
is
to me.
funny though.
Stop talking to me. I was just playing.
Nah, that shit's funny as hell. I told somebody to stop talking to me yesterday.
I was just playing.
OKC is exactly what NBA fans want, but they're still pissed out about it.
NBA fans don't want nothing.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's what I
People
realized.
talk about ratings. Why the fuck should you care about ratings? You said that we work jobs.
I seen.
It don't impact our pockets. This is so bad for the NBA. Why do you care?
They trying to make Pacer fans feel bad because OKC is a great team and they might lose. It's like, who cares? They made it to the finals. Man, hey, you, Darrick, what you getting happy for? Y'all just finna get your ass buzzed by the Thunder. It's like, what type of mindset is that?
Yeah.
What the fuck is you like,
No, only one fan base can ever be happy, and that is a team that will win the championship. Can't be excited about nothing else.
Nope.
Such a bad asset.
I got rumors. I know it's usually your segment, Darrick, but some of the shit that just came out is pretty interesting.
You had rumors?
I did have a few.
Okay. See, he on
I'll
top
let
of
you
the
go
shit. Yeah, stop. Hey.
Well, I know that officially it was rumored that there's mutual interest between Giannis and the Toronto Raptors, which I think would be very interesting for the offseason if that's actually real. And I just think that would shake up the league a little bit. And I would love to see what they do after getting Giannis, because obviously you just can't get Giannis and just be like, bet we're going to run it with this.
Yeah.
They're going to have to add some more pieces to the team, and then it would be fun to see the Bucks.
This is like a super rumor in the sense that, like, I believe there's 1%. Like,
Same.
it really is a rumors rumor.
Yeah.
Same.
This is another, I think, example of just like why you just can't believe that Giannis is just going to go anywhere, because it's still going to take time to get to where he's trying to. You're not just going to go to a lot of teams and just have the same amount of stuff that you could just win a championship with.
Like that. Yeah.
Masai's been in love with Giannis since before he was drafted.
Tried to draft him, yeah.
Yeah.
Tried to trade up to pick 12 to draft him. And he's trying to thread the needle like he did with Kawhi. That team that he's working with right now ain't close to what that Raptors team was when they got Kawhi. I'll say that much. That team had been to the conference finals once, had been a perennial playoff team. This team just got a bunch of shit on it. Not in a bad way, but just a bunch of just like a
I don't
bunch
even
of
think
players.
they honestly, they got Scotty, but I don't even think who they really know their staples they want to keep for the long term are. I mean, Emmanuel quickly.
They just paying people.
Yeah. RJ Barrett's been in
played a
conversations.
game.
They know some money.
Brandon Ingram just got there, but I mean, I don't think he's gonna be there forever.
I wonder how
for
he would
long,
look next to
next 5
Giannis.
years.
How would Ingram look next to Giannis?
Probably not too good.
Next one we got, people around the league believe that either Coby White or Josh Giddey will be on a new team next season. This is by HP Basketball.
That's another team that's rumored to Coby White is the Raptors.
I say Coby White more than Josh Giddey.
More likely Coby White. There's
Contract
also a
gonna be
rumor, if
affordable,
you're really
too.
in Bulls Nation, that the Bulls are infatuated with Jaeger Demon as well.
Yeah.
So it's like
Josh Giddey twin.
maybe Josh Giddey is the one on the different team. If
Yeah,
you're
I
going
was
to
gonna
draft him
say,
at
y'all gonna
12.
have both of them.
But he's not. I don't think he falls to 12. I think he's,
Yeah, he probably don't.
by everything I've seen, that people are pretty hell-bent on him being a top 10 pick either way. But yeah, Josh Giddey or Coby White being on a different team makes a lot of sense. It's probably closer to Coby White.
Yeah.
Last year for his contract, a really good team-friendly deal. I don't know what his market is, and I don't want to be the people to find out.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite player in the league, I'm going to root for him wherever he go. But if it ain't Chicago, it is what it is.
And apparently the Phoenix Suns also are looking for a center in this hypothetical Kevin Durant trade.
Gotta go that Isaiah Stewart. You
There's
want to
rumors
get
saying
traded?
they can get Cat.
That's
Because him and D Book
right.
had a relationship.
Him and D-Boy.
What was your thing about the Pinstripe jerseys?
But the
I
Orlando
didn't see
Magic
that.
rebranded completely.
I saw that
New
this
logo,
morning.
new jerseys, new everything.
Yeah.
And it's elite, man. It really is elite.
I do remember the vintage Pinstripe jerseys. Like,
And they brought a version of those back with the new logo. And then their old warm-up jerseys or warm-up coats that they used to
The
wear,
black with the
they got a jersey version of that, which is their home. And it's beautiful, man. I mean, it's already a team with a bunch of, like, history of having great jerseys and shit. And I
Yeah.
think they're just going back to what people know and love, man. Let's hope that they hit some three-pointers this year so
hopefully
we
we
can
see more teams do that. I don't think change is always good, and I feel like the league went backwards with jerseys.
They went circular.
Yeah, I think they should try like more ways to modernize the retro jersey.
Yeah, because like I just feel like there shouldn't be such a drop off where we look at jerseys now and there's not like that. Oh, I love that jersey. It's kind of just like just players in
It's
the
the
jersey.
thing is too much simplicity too.
Yeah,
to me.
there's no. The jerseys don't have like that.
Who your
that
favorite jerseys
signatures.
right now?
Right now, probably just like the Bulls. Just because they kind of just literally just stayed the same, which they always were
They
nice
don't change
jerseys.
shit.
They
I
were
was looking-
literally
bro.
already nice jerseys, but
I was looking at,
Charlotte has nice jerseys.
Damn, that's a wide.
Phoenix. I love Phoenix jerseys.
You went from a plain Bulls to a
I'm a
spaz.
man of many different flavors.
I was talking to my stream about OKC jerseys. They look better like on body, but they are not really that tough at all, honestly.
They got nice colors. I think the colors carry them.
Yeah,
I like their colors.
I like the Army Toronto Raptors jersey.
Damn. When they pull that out once a year? Once every 4 years?
I ain't seen them in a long
Has Scotty
time.
Barnes ever worn that?
I'm just saying. I don't remember
I don't
seeing
know.
that.
I
at
just
all.
when I thought of jerseys that I liked, that was one also that came to my mind.
That's like the military jerseys the Spurs used to wear.
Yeah. Them shits would suck, though. I ain't gonna lie. I hated those jerseys.
Gary Neal. Gary Neal days.
The Atlanta Hawks ownership have reportedly discussed the possibility of trading for, finish the sentence, who y'all think? Star player. Atlanta Hawks.
Zion.
Nah. Good guess, though.
Not Kevin Durant, right?
It is Kevin Durant.
Okay.
And yeah, we're talking about big rumors here. So, like, these could be worth nothing, but I think they cool thought experiments. Tyler Hero is expected to sign a 3-year, nearly $150 million extension with the Miami Heat. That is from ESPN, so that's not necessarily a rumor. It seemed like that might be set in
Boy, getting
stone.
50
That's-
amps.
That's an insane.
I hate it had to be him.
That's an insane bag for Tyler Hero, by the way.
They
don't
said
even
that
see-
last time Tyler Hero got it back.
I just don't see the value in paying him that.
Who better,
Damn.
Larry Markin or Tyler Hero?
Tyler Hero be on, not Tyler Hero.
I agree with that.
Makes the same amount.
The Lakers have been linked to with center
I
Nicholas
just seen it with
Claxton.
Nicholas Claxton.
Nick
Yeah.
Claxton. Yeah.
Ain't no surprise. Lob threat can play some defense.
that's the best case scenario for y'all, boy.
Yeah, if
Oh,
y'all
no.
get Claxton,
I like
man,
Claxton.
I'm
We just getting all the pieces from Brooklyn, huh?
For real.
Yeah,
Might as well
get some
combine
dough.
with teams.
Yeah.
Executives around the league believe that Zion Williamson's trade value is limited to bad contracts and no draft capital.
Kind of like Chris Stapps, Porzingis, and
Yeah.
Derrick Rose, they said.
You know who's got some bad contracts?
Who?
We got Zach Collins, Kevin Herter, Patrick Williams. But Zion dealing with some other shit, so I guess you got to figure that out first.
Yeah, very much so.
But if these rumors are going, maybe these teams know something that we don't.
Yeah.
Because usually they stay far away.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, which NBA prospect said this?
Ace Bailey.
Yeah, I seen that too.
Then I just
You think he was lying?
For Darrick, you didn't hear this.
I think he said if I can pass, if I want to.
I feel like I'm a great passer,
Oh yeah, he said.
but when it's time to get a bucket, I'm going to get a bucket.
great passer.
Do I think he was lying?
Yeah.
Nah. I mean, great pass.
Great passer might be a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
I can make some passes. I can make some
Yeah.
plays. Might be a little bit more there.
Last one I got is from your boy.
Christian real down on him. Christian don't like Ace Bailey.
You've been on Synergy.
Christian had a whole monologue to say about Ace Bailey.
If he went to Charlotte, it would be a nightmare. Okay, last one is from your boy Rafael Barlow. Malach and Trey Johnson are reportedly in the mix to be selected
76ers.
third by the 76ers. So, just some stuff.
Curious.
Just get used to these rumors because
Yeah.
when the finals are over, this is all the show really is.
Curious what the thought process behind it is.
We'll get him a launch for him.
No, Trey Johnson.
Where's Malach from?
What you mean?
Like country-wise.
He played for Luol Deng and them this year.
So,
Senegal?
I forgot.
South
South
Sudan.
There it is. There it is.
Damn,
But,
did we just... Never mind.
But yeah, you have Maxey. You just struck gold with Jared McCain.
You gonna put a
You got
six?
Quinn Grimes. You're probably about to have to
Yeah,
pay.
Trey Johnson don't unless you just really plan on developing him off the bench. But Malach can find a lot more minutes there, like as a backup.
That made me feel like they going to the next era if they go Malach.
Maluach.
Mally watch.
You the one that got me saying it like that.
What is it?
Maluach.
Shit.
Say it one more time.
Maluach. I can't. You're the one.
Mallow,
you're-
watch
the big
me,
fella
watch me.
from Duke.
Hey, watch me. Watch me.
But,
I know they said on the broadcast.
I like Ace Bailey to them. Give you a little bit of upside. Give you some depth at the wing position. I feel like they don't have outside of Paul
He's a
George.
great passer.
I feel like if you're going to expect Embiid to play, he'll be able to catch and shoot and make shots off of Embiid.
Like MPJ.
So yeah, there you go.
And he get his buckets like quick. Like he's not a over dribbler. He gets them really quick.
Are y'all ready for the NBA draft coverage that we got to do in a few weeks?
I'm getting there. I think no real shit though. Watching that March Madness though is definitely like, even without I guess going crazy, like I'm still pretty confident like what I know from the draft
But
already.
two of the top guys ain't play. So you got to do a little bit more research. You ain't watch Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper and March Madness.
I've watched a couple of like actual games of Dylan Harper. I like Dylan.
So if you watch
Obviously,
Dylan
it's
Harper,
easy
do you
for-
watch Ace Bailey then?
I've seen Ace Bailey. I haven't like deep dived. I've been looking at other players.
Do you have players like y'all have favorite prospects yet, or we still
Trey
too far
Johnson
away?
was one of my guys. That I really
That's
do
a
like.
Mike pick, I think.
I know he's. I like VJ Edgecombe.
Okay.
VJ Edgecombe.
Oh.
But I want him. I think he could be like one of those. I think if he goes to Utah, I think he could like be a culture setter there. Just because like I think him and Walker Kessler like defensively, I think that will be a great.
I made that
combination.
face because they were a little far back to be getting VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah,
I think
I think
going
4 is
3
his
or
floor,
4.
right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless they can move up.
Because Charlotte has 4. That's why I just didn't really see them taking him potentially, depending on what they plan on doing with LaMelo.
Why? He's a 2.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
You just go LaMelo.
They new
Edgecombe,
ownership,
Melo.
they shouldn't be thinking about fit either way alongside nobody. They should just be getting
That-
the players.
that's-
They be
True.
talking about trading LaMelo all the time.
Yeah,
man.
that too.
Am
But
I the only one who doesn't like him in the Clippers jersey? I don't like.
Well, it
LaMelo
don't
getting
matter
traded to
because
the
it's
Clippers.
it's a 0% chance, right? How the hell they gonna
Yeah,
get
what
him?
the fuck do the Clippers have that would get LaMelo? That's what I think of every time I see it. Besides him just strongly wanting to go there, but it's a business at the end of the day. They're not going to say, "Yeah, we'll
They're
take
not giving him
Norman
away. Yeah,
Powell
they're not giving him away.
and
BJ Boston. Oh no, he don't even play for the
Jordan
Pelicans.
Miller."
Yeah.
I like Jordan Miller though.
I like Jordan.
He can be
Miller
a
too.
centerpiece of a LaMelo trade.
I like Jordan Miller in Miami. I got to see some more minutes.
True.
You got some guys you like?
Not yet. I mean, yeah, but not. I don't have a favorite yet.
Derek Queen will always be at the top of my list.
I'm scared of Darrick Queen.
Just because you saw how he was utilized in college, you don't think he'll be utilized that way in the NBA?
Not necessarily that. I
Undersized.
think I'm highly influenced by numbers too much. So that's why I can't be like a real draft guy. Like when you say his physical profile is matched up with these guys with his wingspan and his height, that shit scares the hell out of me.
What is his?
Some motherfuckers that didn't last. Let's just say that.
Oh,
I mean, Desmond Bain measurements wasn't supposed to be.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's always going to be like, because Darrick Queen could be in 5 years fucking amazing, but it scares me. I've been seeing him mocked all over the place too. So like I think most people don't know where exactly his real. I've seen him as high as 6 in Washington and as low as like 14. So who knows?
The Bulls gonna get him if he there.
If he there, depending on who else is there, I wouldn't be mad at that. Why
That
not
shit
take the
might
swing?
bring my fandom back.
We ain't gonna defend a goddamn thing in Chicago ever.
No, but it's gonna be a little bit more light at the end of that tunnel, though.
we went through our defensive phase, KB.
No reason to go back, right? We need to be using the Pacer
Hey,
playbook.
we was all defense, no offense.
Well, yeah,
the
offense. It was
Chicago way.
one guy, and he ran very fast to the basket
Yeah, any
every
big man
time.
you like? You said Edgecombe, but
I
know you
liked
like bigs.
Thomas Sorber, but he coming
I
off a
haven't really
foot
dove into the
injury.
bigs yet. I've only watched mostly like the top guys. I haven't really got to the bigs. The bigs are a little lower.
I just want to be the team that hit on pick 56, like that type of team. Like Tumani Kamara was in that range. That's a real
Yeah.
NBA player.
Jameer
Obviously,
Watkins.
somebody's gonna who?
Jameer Watkins.
Somebody's gonna be it
He
from
might
this
not
draft.
be at 56 though. That's so.
I mean, I think we had like 42 or something. So
yeah, you might get Jameer Watkins.
I just
Ryan Kalkbrenner.
I just want the guy. I just want to. Can we just draft a guy? You know
What
how
is it?
cool
What's
it
what
is.
You want to hit
guy.
your Nikola Jokic?
Not even just that, but like
I had Jimmy Butler.
so his ceiling in Chicago is what all NBA wants. I mean, like a guy to be like, yes, we got a top 10 player.
Even an undrafted guy.
Motherfucker had Derrick
Austin
Rose.
Reeves
Motherfucker
type.
still ain't happy.
Ain't that right?
We had Derrick Rose for 2 years of him being top 10, and I was in high school and I didn't care enough. I need like this version of me to have a guy.
I got modest.
Yeah,
You know who people are saying? Hey, Josh Giddey is our Tyrese Haliburton. A team trading a young point guard away for stuff to help them right now.
You know what people saying about Tyrese Haliburton that is real? Like
What's that?
they pushing what you just said to the side.
Mm.
Lonzo Ball was the first Tyrese Haliburton.
I did see something like
yeah,
that.
I did see stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah.
I had saw
Somebody
that-
DM'd me there. They were like, Tyrese is what we thought Lonzo was gonna be.
Yeah, at his peak, yeah.
Lonzo's way more athletic though.
Yeah.
I feel like Tyrese could give what 1-2 dunk a series, and one of them is gonna be real nice. But like I feel like Zoe was actually poking that shit back.
He
in
was
the day.
more like
He
a-
had that mindset of playing fast, the 6'6" height, incredible passer. He
defender.
shaped himself into a really good shooter.
Yep.
Oh shit,
Uh-oh.
my boy Corey Tulliver, DM me said,
Hey,
got a copy of the draft guide for you, bro.
So I just paid for it.
My
You giving
guy.
them away for free? No, shout
My
out to the
guy.
guy. Shout out to the guy.
I'm finna tell him I'm paying for it anyway.
never forget they
Real,
tried
real.
to change Lonzo.
Because you got an
up.
extra little money because you can save some on your bag.
Yeah. Aight. Never forget they tried to change Lonzo up, man. Talk about he need to score more. Put the ball in the cup. Next game he took 30 shots.
Who's they? Oh, just in general?
I think it was actually like
I couldn't imagine Lonzo taking 30.
I think it
shots.
was
Yeah,
a lot
let's
of the
see.
sports
What the hell is he
outlets.
talking about?
This is
I'm
bro,
not saying it
people
didn't happen,
exactly
but I
what
don't
I'm talking
remember it.
about.
I don't remember it.
This was like the first 2 games or whatever. I think he wasn't just naturally aggressive because he's looking to play make. And then they talking about how he needs to score more. And that's what I think he played the Suns. And he took like 30 shots.
This is rookie season?
Yeah. It's like his 3rd or 4th game.
Seeing Lonzo taking 30 shots.
His second game of his NBA
Against
career,
the Suns.
he scored 29. He took 27
Them
shots.
motherfuckers jump on
Wow.
him like they won a championship.
Try to
They
change him
need
up.
it though. They need
Dude, he
to
took
do that.
18 two-pointers and had 2 free throws.
He was finishing at the rim so swiftly. I love Lonzo
Nowadays,
Ball.
he don't go to the basket at all.
Hey, Lonzo Ball on some real shit. You owe me and Mike an interview, bro.
Lonzo's
We
on
sat
the
up here
network that
and
I'm
fought
on.
for you. These
Well, they
two
try to
was
say
talking
he
about
belong
G
in the G
League.
League.
Don't fucking put me in the
These two tried to
conversation.
say
That was
G-League.
rookie year Darrick, by the way. That was rookie year Darrick talking about. Don't put me in that conversation. I've never said
Me
so.
and Mike fought. I should send you your 150.
What did
just
you
'cause we was
see?
going
For,
through
just
that.
because his jump shot was off?
I don't remember.
Just talking.
Ain't shit you
Just
could have
talking.
seen that
Just
say he,
talking.
he belonged in the G.
Just talking.
I think it was them in the D League still back
I think
when he
so,
said
too.
that. It wasn't even the G.
We really should jump you for saying that shit.
I'll fight back.
You a bite back?
I'll fight back. I might bite too while I'm fighting, you know? When you fighting, rules don't apply.
Especially if they going to jump.
Yeah.
If you biting, I'm shooting. So think wisely. You on bullets.
At Lonzo's peak, what percentage of his shots y'all think were at the rim?
Free to see how hollows taste.
18%.
I'll go 7.
Wait, say it
At
again.
his peak,
At his peak, what?
what percentage of Lonzo's shots were at the rim?
20.
Higher than that.
22.
I'd say
Higher
30,
than that.
37%.
36%. That was his
That's
sophomore
really
year.
impressive, honestly. What
Last
was that?
year, that was his sophomore year.
Okay.
Last year, what do y'all think that number was?
Coming
back.
17%.
12.
7.
8.
Coming back
Yeah.
from a knee, I mean,
Yeah.
but it has gone down every year of his career before that too. So, and that 3-point, 80% of Lonzo's shots this season were 3-pointers.
That's funny. I mean, you know your job.
Yeah, hey, do what you got to
Know your
do.
role.
He just
What
didn't
did he-
shoot it
what
well.
did he- what did he shoot?
35%. But the year before that, it was a
That's-
42%.
That's okay.
Yeah, for
Coming back from
for
what he came back
80%
from?
of your shots to be threes, which means that the opponents know that that's what you shoot and you still shoot 35. That
As,
ain't-
as somebody that has watched every Bulls game, the motherfucking shots was wide open.
They were? Oh, okay.
Not too much on Zoto.
So
No,
look,
I love Zoe. Shout out to him.
He'd say, Stephen A. Smith, man, if I'm hurt, how could I do this?
Oh,
Get your facts straight. Come on,
He
man.
said, I usually love you. I usually like you.
Hell
That
no.
video made me sad, low key. Because he wasn't moving well in that video.
I brought that video back up.
Oh, man.
Remember we did that thing? We were you had to get the better clip that fit the category, and I brought that clip against D Mills. You don't remember that? We did.
Oh,
this
I
on
did that
stream.
live stream.
Yeah.
Bro, that idea makes so much sense if somebody take it. Like you come up with prompts, so you gotta bring in an NBA moment that fit that prompt. And I forget what that prompt was that time around.
I think it was something that gets you excited.
Oh,
And I
it gets
put-
you hyped.
Or yeah.
And he was
something
like, yeah, Zoe coming back from his injury. Yeah. We should run that back one day. Maybe
How
that's
did
a-
we do
maybe
that
that's
stream?
a-
I remember doing it. How did we do that?
I think you just sent him the YouTube clip.
Yeah,
and
we
he
just in the
played it for
Discord,
stream.
and I just
Discord.
Oh, it was
screen
in
record.
Discord? Okay. Yeah.
That's a video idea for the Enjoy channel.
I'm tired of y'all
Yes.
talking about ideas and shit, and y'all don't want to do nothing. We supposed to come in here and did a little stream or some shit.
I see Chris.
We supposed to come in here and do so. We said we was gonna do something with the game and everything.
Oh,
I said
if we
Christian
don't do a
video
game and
ideas,
stream, we could do that from the crib.
But we got to rent the gym.
No, but we said we was gonna do something in here. It didn't have to be gaming.
Oh, okay.
I forgot what the fuck we said we was gonna do.
Well, we got a full long off season coming
Yeah,
up.
we got a-
But we could do
No,
fucking
no, it's
anything.
too late.
No, we doing golf streams. in the
No,
off-season.
no, fuck y'all.
I'm doing golf streams in the off season. Be on the lookout for that.
The last time we did one, that was fun. We had the
It was.
cigars.
Yeah.
I think I had a par live, so nobody can neglect my golf skills. I had a par on the 9-hole course.
Hey, that's good.
You know what
Some
I'm saying?
people will never do that.
That's what I'm saying.
That was a nice course. That's the one you get married by.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Like that one. It would be, I would really love to do a golf string if we had the full cast.
Mm-hmm. Some people don't like to hang.
Y'all
But Mike
say-
been getting out way more. The fact that he went to that Indiana game with y'all was surprising to
Hey,
me.
real shit.
That was
real
very
shit.
surprising to me.
Real
Yeah,
shit.
so there was a
I
chance.
thought
of
you
just
said
me and
only
you.
4 people can go. So like Austin,
True, right.
if y'all have like a cameraman,
I don't think they would
But
care
no,
too much. I think 4
I
people can
It
play.
depends on KB. I feel
think
like if KB is going to go,
black men
the
can play on
chances
that.
of Mike going is high.
It's
It's
5
very
black
high.
men though. You know it'd be a little different though.
Well, that one course did give us a hard time. I think I booked 12 tee times for 4 people to play, but just to make sure that
No
we
one
can
was
do what we
behind us.
need to do. And you remember they was like, "What's going on here?" Yada yada yada. But I'm like, all right.
You know what
whatever.
I learned? Sometimes you just got to let a motherfucker know. Hey,
12 tee times is fucking expensive.
hey, this what we doing. We got we leave us alone, man.
Eventually, once I explained like what we do, they were fine with it, but it was confusing to them at
When
first.
you explained it to that one person, did other people come up like, "What y'all doing? What y'all?" You had to
Nah,
explain
I
it all
think
the
they
time.
just left us alone.
No, we had some stragglers that did not work for them to ask.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't count them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't count them.
What did
They
he
was just jackasses.
What did he ask us?
It was
He
like y'all
asked
got
me,
more than 4 people playing or some shit like
Oh
that.
yeah.
That shit would piss me off.
It
It
did.
did.
It's like, why is you in my business?
Just talking. If you want to play through, you
He
can
asked
play
me, he
through.
said, how many y'all got? I said,
4.
how many? No, I said 4. He said, how many? I said, how many can you have? How many? Like, 4. Right. Motherfucker, fuck is you asking me a stupid ass question for? You go
Hell
4
no.
max. So what the fuck you asking me for?
He over there counting.
Right. I got something to count.
I'm at the stove yesterday.
It's feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get, well, you got a New Balance on, but you get some checks on your forehead if you keep asking questions.
People just be asking the dumbest questions.
What the extra?
I'm at the store yesterday. I put my drink on the table. He said, "You sure you want this?" I said, "It's on the counter, ain't it?" I'm talking about,
Look
you
here,
sure you
ass
want
question.
this?
I'm sure your little sister seen you eating fries and like, what's that, fries?
I ain't never had that before.
Oh, kids love the. I ain't had that before. Well, what that
You
tastes
want
like?
some?
I had the regular Cheetos. I ain't had the hot ones yet.
You
Hey,
supposed to come trade it.
those chips up in the group chat, they taste just like Cheetos,
They do.
and
Hey.
they reduce fat, and they like
If y'all need anything free, let me know, man.
okay.
I'm just saying, I might have a little grocery store girlfriend or wife. You know what they call it, work wife? You know what I'm saying? I got a couple
Bro.
compliments.
Elena looking for
trade
like
it
a
to
little second job, just for some shit to do during the summer.
Oh, so you need this 150. You got her out here looking for a second job? But
She
let me
doing
see you
that
this
shit
150. Let me see you this, buddy.
I told her she be trying to. I think she applied for like a pool instructor. I said, "You might as well try to work at Myers. You can take that walk right there. You get the discounts."
And you gonna have a walk?
What you mean? She talking about walking.
I was just
All the
talking.
stuff is
I'm
her
just
plan.
joking.
You
I'm
said
just joking.
pool? What?
She was trying to be like
A pool instructor.
yeah.
What does
Like
that
she
mean?
teaches people how
She
to swim.
teaches young kids how to
Oh.
swim.
So she
Okay.
knows how to swim really well?
I guess. Well,
No,
the way
actually,
she
she gonna
was
learn
talking
with
about
that.
it, she said that they'll teach you everything you need to know.
Okay.
Okay.
There was a episode of The Simpsons.
You seen the Magic jerseys?
Yeah. There was an episode of The Simpsons.
Hype these shits up like they was gonna be decent.
Bro,
Shit look a little weak.
What?
McDonald's is funny.
Wow.
So you know how Popeyes just released a wrap? Why McDonald's just tweet out the snack wrap is coming out 7/10/2025?
His swag just messed up. Don't it look weak
Yeah.
in the video? The pictures that look decent.
No,
with
I
that
haven't been
video.
on Popeyes.
The full
Okay.
set look a little
See,
weak.
that's hard. The white one?
Yeah,
And the black
that was hard.
So that seems like you need to get back into content, big fella. Which rap is better?
When the last time you did a content video?
About a month ago.
Yeah.
My goodness. You gotta live it like it was the only source of income, Darrick. That's the only way you're
yeah.
gonna lock in.
I just haven't really been in the urge to like eat new stuff.
Okay, then let's figure out different content then.
Yeah,
We can brainstorm. We can chat GBT it.
Or just say you don't want to do that shit. Who is he?
That's also
I
that's
do.
also
I just think the eating new stuff thing just comes in waves for me where I am doing it and I'm just like, I'm chilling now. I don't know.
I just want all my homies to have
What
multiple
if you
sources of
did
income.
this? Do they all have to be long form? What if you got into your short form where it's reels and
Yeah. There's a
so you
real-
have consistent reels, but you do have the long
Long
term,
form.
but it don't have to be 4 videos in a week because you got you're
I
killing
think-
them with the short form, but the long form is occasional.
Another idea, I think you don't always have to cook out like from. Obviously, like we talk to you every day, all damn near. You always cooking some shit. It's like those cooking videos, or you making some stuff, or you trying it out, or maybe trying new recipes. I think those would bang too.
Yeah, the dude out the full review I watch, I watched some videos that he cooked his own. King Schwartz,
Yeah.
forgets his name. King Schwartz,
Uh,
the black guy. You've
black
seen
guy.
him. I've
Whoa,
seen,
wait,
like,
is it him? Is that the one guy that's like?
he'll end his video like in the hand signs. They made it to YouTube.
oh, I actually don't know what it is.
Yes, you
Gian-
do because you like the shit.
It's
literally the
it's
other
also
day.
that one
Oh.
guy. It'll be like marry me pancake. I know it's marry me chicken, but it'll be some shit like that. But he'll be like, man, these pancakes can really make you fall in love with somebody or like on the first
King,
date.
yeah. I love King Schwartz.
Me too.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah.
No, he cool as hell.
Yeah, that's my
I
guy.
love
I
his
see who that
content.
is.
That's my guy. I watch him every day.
I got a new content creator I really like. He called Taco Fiend.
Taco Fiend.
He lived in San Diego.
And he's been on a world trip.
Yeah, he's trying tacos in all
I've seen
50
him.
states.
I've
I
seen
love
him.
his content.
Yeah, I think I just saw a video of him at like a food truck somewhere.
Yeah, he be pulling up to random food trucks, and I'll be like, if I'm ever driving and I got time, I might just pull up to a random taco truck and just review it, just for the sake of it. Cause like that does seem like good content. Taco trucks is like, there's a taco truck festival coming here, but and I was thinking about going, but they literally come the day that we go to Disney.
It's tough. When is that? That's after draft?
Yeah, right after, like a few days after the draft.
So you fly home, then fly back out?
Yeah.
That's what's up. I cannot wait for this draft stuff, man. Because it's so much different now because there's pressure. I feel like I haven't had pressure to be locked into the draft. But now that we're doing content around, you can't be around just dicking around.
Yeah.
You kind of have to know your shit. And I had tweeted the other day, like, when was the last time you challenged yourself? And I was thinking to myself, it's kind of been a minute since I've really challenged myself.
Mm-hmm.
And this is part of it right
I think
now.
I seen this tweet.
Because I think it is easy for us specifically that have like, our job is really easy to kind of just be complacent with it, right? Watch basketball games, talk about basketball games. It's easy to just kind of get used to that. But like sometimes you do need to push yourself, because I think if you push yourself and challenge yourself over here, then it makes what you do every day even better. You know, so that's where I'm at with it right now. I'm about to just start doing random pieces of content and just putting it up like unlisted and just getting out of my comfort zone as a content creator and see what happens.
Yeah, I could definitely. That's why Elena was talking about just getting another job, because she just feels like she has too much. She could be doing more with her time.
Sure.
And so
I
she's
think
like,
there
I might
is
as
a
well
real
take
thing.
a lightweight job, just to have some more shit to do. I have another time where I have like another community I'm part of. She wants all the other benefits of that too.
I think there is a such thing, at least for some people, it's too much free time.
Yeah.
And she might be one of those people. So my challenge to y'all is to challenge yourself on something today or soon.
I'm about to take the challenge right now with this golf club.
Hey, yeah, we got a new.
No, your challenge is about to be we both finna go find that thing.
They still own that, man.
It is, but I want to give you your money.
It's probably just in a video where we preview the Western Conference.
I believe
the conference
so, too.
finals.
Yeah, I want to.
No, because it had to be after that, because you talking about the buyout, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it had to be.
I had to
again,
be-
both series were up 2-2,
Yeah.
2-0, so it would have been.
You're
a
right.
few days after that.
Yeah, we're gonna get this figured out. Ain't nobody on God Green Earth gonna say Pierre and Andreessen own a damn thing. Except a ass whooping. And what Drake say in that one song? The reps, them boys, they owe you one. You know they pay them debts. So if I owe you something, it's gonna be ass whooping, and you know I'm gonna pay my debt. But I'll never whoop your ass, Mike, because we like this.
Come on now, they don't know that. They only see what's up here.
I did have to whip your ass a couple of times at his first apartment in 2K. Remember we used to do those bets? That was our first gambling ever. And I used to like, get on the skins.
P, I ain't even tell you. I had
Warriors versus OKC.
I quit that league yesterday.
What happened?
Shit.
Couldn't do that shit no
Why
more.
you say shit? Because you ready to
It's
close
back
out
to
there?
about 2K for another
We'll see
15
y'all later. You
minutes.
can tell me this off of camera.
I appreciate y'all. Let us know in the comment section who you got in the finals and how much. And let us know your favorite draft prospect. We're very interested to what the
KB
people are
interested.
liking.
Y'all ain't finna fool me talking about some Taha Pettiford.
That might
he went
be
back
I
to
was
school.
about to say that might be their favorite for
He
next
went, back
year.
he went back to school. Y'all ain't even up on date.
Love y'all. See y'all. Peace.